clearer on the computer than it seems on the phone.
Exactly. It's almost like, we're live
Oh shit!
to do our top 10. This is the last list, people. This is the last list of the year. I didn't think I was going to get it done, and especially not with Papa Bear PB, but here we are, which, by the way, congratulations, that's your new name.
Thank you.
Uh, and today we will be doing my top horror movies. Now, I put it in there because, of course, it's horror adjacent. It's not a movie. It's not going to be on this list, people. It was on my top 10 TV shows list, which you can go check out. This is my top 10 horror movies list. And the irony is, and I'm just going to spoil something right now, Shelby Oaks is not
Oh,
on here either. I thought Shelby Oaks did not make the list. Chris Stuckman still has a ways to go. So,
oh man, you're
hey,
gonna be throwing people off.
there's the
What's up,
little
little
dictator.
dictator?
Hello. Today is going to be my favorite list and the hardest one to do. But to be honest with you, I actually narrowed this one down a lot quicker. Where I had a
Oh, you didn't start
problem.
at 40?
No, I did not start at 40. I started at 20. And so altogether, I've seen about 60 movies. Jesus.
60 total movies or 60 horror movies?
No, 60 total. 20
Perp,
horror,
Perp would be
40
so
regular.
disappointed with that number.
I know. Perps.
That's like a weekend for him.
Perp, yeah, that's like in 1 week he sees like 300 movies. So definitely check out Perp's channel. He had the Perp Awards. Um, I
I,
I
I
was
I'm curious as to next December which movie he's going to watch first, Dune
I
or Doomsday.
I am very curious myself. I think Dune. Personally, I go with Dune.
I don't know. He seems to think that Doomsday is going to easily hit 2 billion.
Perp also smokes a lot of copium. I mean, okay, so here's the thing. I'll give him one thing, and damn it, you said this was going to happen. Uh, oh, don't you worry, little dictator. Black phone's on here. That's why it's the biggest picture. Can't tell you where though. Don't be ruining it. Don't ruin it, people. Anyways, so this is my top 10 horror movies of 2025. This was super tough to do because and some of these I did not get a chance to review. So you get a mini review as well of some of these movies as we do, so I can catch them up, and PB can either go yay or nay or put them on his list to watch because PB actually constructs most of his movies to then critique me about why in the world I like them, or go, yeah, that was pretty good.
I do like giving you a quality grilling on why you choose the things that you choose.
Oh yeah, yeah. Although I'm
You
John
seem to
Campia
handle
approved.
it pretty well.
I'm John Campia approved though.
That's wild.
If you guys didn't check it out, check out my list from literally yesterday. My top 10 television shows. Me and John Campia had like 3 of 5 choices, and we both had the number one uh, best
I mean,
show of 2025.
I have a feeling that if he would have did a top 10 instead of just a top 5, you would have had more than 6 out of 10 because you had
Oh,
3 out of 5. I feel like you would have been at 7 or 8 out of 10.
yeah, yeah. Our list was pretty close, which
Well,
means
he didn't have stuff on it like Severance or Reacher or Invincible, and
I'm sure
I'm
if he
quite
went top
certain he's
10.
watched all of those shows.
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure he's given them good reviews too, because I do remember his Invincible
Well,
review.
I mean, you can either give those shows a good review or you can lie.
Which now confirmed, we know while John may be full of shit from time to time on things, he definitely is not lying about the things he liked, especially the rant he went on Star Wars. And you know what? I'm going to do something that will probably only happen once this year to historically, uh, finish the 2025. I'm going to say check out John's top 5 shows list. He
Yep,
did
check it
pretty
out.
good. It was entertaining. He was clear and concise. We didn't think he was gonna go in and like give reasons, but
Well,
no.
he's sitting there giving red herrings like I need to check these statistics to give my top 10 list. It's what statistic were you checking? Were you checking that you had a number 1 written in front of Andor? Because that's
I'm
the only
starting to
number he
think.
referenced.
I'm starting to think maybe statistically he came up with his answers like he had a pool and then he did a little spreadsheet and be like, okay, I watched this 8.3 times. I don't know how that man's
I
mind's
mean, I guess it's
work.
possible that he went through and he scored all of whatever his individual categories are, because everybody's different, whatever. And then,
Because a lot of
do the
top
math.
critics do that. They're like, this is 90% or an A, B, C, whatever. And then you go through your list. Okay, I gave this one an A. So obviously that's going to be my number one or whatever. You know how. Just so you guys know, just because I have a high number, because I've had this happen too, where people are like, well, you gave these both a 9. How are you doing this? From there, you have to go to subjective. Then
Right.
not my
Not
scale.
all minds are built the same.
Exactly. It's like I've got like
Some
4
have
movies
bigger
on here
butts
that
and
have
some
an
have
8
bigger
or a
boobs.
9, but they're in low spots. And one in particular is in a super low spot, but that's because it made me uncomfortable and I wouldn't watch it again. So rewatchability is super important to me. Like I can acknowledge I've watched a 9 or 10 movie. Like it's like watching like Sixth Sense. If we were reading it now, easily I put that 8 or 9 territory, right? One of M. Night Shyamalan's best movies. But once you watch it once and you know what the twist is, it doesn't work the same.
Right.
So
You never like every rewatch of The Sixth Sense, you're like you're not waiting on the twist so you can pay attention to the movie more.
yeah, it's not in that. It's
Hello,
the
Sherry.
initial reaction.
I'm glad you could join us. I hope you made it back to warm ass Florida.
Yeah, me too, man. Because right
She was
now
in New
it's
York
cold.
and it was chilly.
Yeah, we could watch The Conjuring 4. There, little dictator.
I don't know if I've watched any of those.
Do 1, 2, and 4. Skip 3.
Oh, so it's just like Halloween?
Yeah. And so top 10 horror movie list before I do my top 10. She says still cold,
Oh,
still
she's
in
still
cold hell.
there. Or
Uh,
is she saying it's cold in Florida now? It's possible.
Global warming. Anyways, wish that motherfucker would hit here. Anyways, honorable mentions. So these are 2 movies that didn't make my list, but I felt that they both needed a shout out, and it was too hard for me to pick just one honorable mention. So we're doing 2. So this is essentially 13 movies. And my honorable mentions, the first one is Dangerous Animals. And if you have not seen this,
Never even heard of it.
so Jai Courtney is in it. If you don't know Jai Courtney, what the fuck? But he was the Aussie in the Suicide Squad and Suicide Squad. And he plays a serial killer, but his method of killing people are sharks. Hence the name
Oh, I seen the
Dangerous
preview
Animal.
for this and I was like, dude,
He,
he is
he
the jaw whisperer.
so he is an example of an actor that really makes the movie. He's what we call in the business a scene chewer. He's just chewing that scene like it's delicious. He dances around. He's like people are gonna die, but you can't really hate. He's like that weird killer you get. They're doing really crazy shit, but you can't hate them because the person just has such a great personality. Before they go on a murder spree, he's got like so much charisma, and the final girl in the movie is actually really good. Doesn't make very many stupid mistakes. Most of the reasons why she gets stuck in the situation, it feels very natural because they're on a boat in the middle of the fucking ocean. So it's like it's a perfect setup because it's like, where are you gonna go, even if you get out of the place she's at. So if you haven't
Uh,
seen it, Dangerous
I
Animals.
I remember the guy from Terminator Genesis.
Or yeah. I thought I thought that
I
was
mean,
an okay movie.
I remember him in Suicide Squad too.
Yeah, he's
He
just
plays Captain Boomerang.
exactly. Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare made me uncomfortable. 2025 got some good movies. They're right. And if you guys don't know, the little dictator here, she's in my comments if you're doing a rewatch. That's my daughter. And she is a big horror fan, and she watched a good majority of these movies with me. So, yeah.
She's an adult now, so she can watch whatever she wants.
Yeah,
It's
you
scary.
know now, as a
Like
parent,
she
your
she
kid
she.
is always going to be your kid,
I
even
mean,
when
I
they're
was
fucking
I,
30.
I was sitting here watching Welcome to Derry with the wee little baby.
You got to start them young on horror. God, just have it in the background, get them, and then you get a little horror buff. All right. My second honorable mention, and I'll tell you what, this came real close. So close, but when you hear the movies I got on here, you'll understand why. But Bambi the Reckoning, me and the young one, this is one of the best in the Puniverse. It is
I need
the
to catch up on those.
it is the touching tale of Bambi. So Bambi's, you know the story. His parents get murdered, but there's a second
No,
part.
his mom gets murdered. His dad is
No, both of them get murdered in this version,
oh
and then he finds a new family, and they get murdered too. So this company has some toxic sewage that they're transporting. It spills in the forest, and certain creatures get mutated, and Bambi becomes a huge motherfucking buck that is pissed. I mean, to the point of Bambi is the size of a fucking truck.
I was gonna say
That big.
he looked like he went from being a white-tailed deer to a moose.
Dude. And I gotta say, as these movies go on, and this has been said by a lot of people, it's I like the fact that this doesn't feel like a cash grab. I've seen a lot of interviews with these, and we've talked about this interviews with these directors, and they surprisingly really care. They're very invested, and you see the special effects, and even the storytelling is getting better and better. They're getting more famous actors. We're really excited about Pinocchio with Robert England, and Richard Brake is going to be in that one with a real animatronic. They're putting money into this, and I really think this has the potential to be an Avengers level franchise. So my two honorable mentions for this year are Dangerous Animals and Bambi the Reckoning. You can check Bambi the Reckoning out on Amazon. And Dangerous Animals is basically free on Prime. So I think it's Shutter, but you get it with Prime if you have
No,
that.
no, I was just looking Dangerous Animals up. It's on your Prime because you have AMC Plus.
Yeah, which it's actually a Shutter movie, but Shutter and AMC Plus are the same,
But
basically.
what
If you get
AMC
one, you get
Plus is
the
one
other.
of the what's that, a $3 or $4 add-on?
Yeah.
So
So
you could add AMC Plus, watch the movie, and then cancel it, and it's just like renting it for $4.
basically, and you don't even get charged the first time. If you've never had AMC Plus, you'll
Well, they
get
give
like
you the
30
little
days for
preview.
free. Yeah.
That's
So you
nice.
can watch it, cancel it, boom, you're done. And it's worth it. Definitely check them out. So, number 10. Number 10 was a movie that surprised me. Really long running franchise. And rest in peace to Tony Todd, the Candyman, the best Candyman. We will miss you. It was his final performance. I am talking about Final Destination Bloodlines. What a fantastic return of this franchise. They hadn't had a Final Destination movie, I think, in 10 years. And Bloodlines really shocked me. And the fact that it's at number 10, I thought it'd be higher up. But when you guys see my next horror movies, you'll understand why. But Final Destination's Bloodlines was great. I especially liked the fact that that little fat fucking kid got the piano on his head. That was fucking spectacular. It's been a year of killing kids. There's a lot of movies on this list about children. Like Hollywood used to be like, no, you can't kill kids, and then they're like, well, just don't kill animals. So we already did John Wick. We're not gonna do anything else. So PB, what do you think about Final Destination Bloodlines? Did you see it?
Dude, I thought it quite possibly is the best Final Destination movie.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I would put it up there with like 1 and 2, and
'Cause
even Lovely
I think
Cherry
the
said
best
she liked it.
one. I think the best one is 2. Then I would probably put 1, and then I would put 5 because 5 is almost on par with the spectacle of it. Like 1 is a little subdued, but it's the first one ever. And
So
then
lovely Sherry said
5,
the kid from Bloodlines was also died in FNAF 2. So it must be in his contract. If you need to kill a kid,
he's the new
that kid,
Sean Bean.
yeah, he's the new Sean Bean. Every time you see him in a movie now, you know that kid who's gonna die.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I watched Bloodlines twice, but
I watched
it
it.
has easily the best story of any of the ones that they made because of the way that they tie it to all of them.
Yeah. I thought it was very
Because
well
like
thought out.
five was good because you're not expecting, like, if you pay attention to number 5, you know what the twist is. But if you're just watching it the way you've watched all the other Final Destination movies, like, oh, are they going to kill this fucking guy? Then you're like, oh, you're not thinking anything of it. And then you're like, holy shit, it's a prequel.
That was the best one.
But I said all you got to pay attention to is, obviously, if you've seen like 3 and 4, they're relatively modern. So then you would think that 5, it comes after it, so it should be modern. But it doesn't have any new vehicles. Like some of the vehicles are ones you're still going to see on
and
the
the
roads
cell
because
phones
it's not
too.
that old.
That
and no cell phones.
Yeah. I was like, but it like you said, when you're first watching it, you're just like, oh yeah. And with this one, I like the fact that they tie it in and they leave themselves rooms for a sequel. So I think Bloodlines was excellent. Check it out. My number 10 is Final Destination's Bloodline. Number 9. This is probably going to be a hot pick because everybody's going to have this up higher. And I got to preference this. It's very important because I got this on my review. I gave it a 9 and said I'll never watch it again. Look, folks, if you've seen this movie, unless you're a particular sicko, I don't like movies where there is very malicious things going on with kids, and this was quite heavy. And this would be higher on my list, but I can't rewatch this movie. I've rewatched it twice. I watched it once with the little dictator who's in the comments, and I've watched it in the theaters. And number 9 is Bring Her Back.
I don't know if I ever heard of that one.
It's by the Filippo brothers who did Talk to Me, and it's about these kids who lose their father very terribly, and then they go to live with Sally Hawkins. She plays this like caretaker, and she has this other kid, but something's wrong with the kid, and there might be some spooky stuff involved. Now, here's the thing. Sally Hawkins is trying to obtain the blind sister of these 2 siblings that come to live with her, and she's trying to get him taken out of the household. And this is where I have a problem with the movie, and it's kind of hard for me to watch. She does very, very questionable things because she doesn't want to hurt the brother. She wants to get him out of the picture. And my issue is not the gore. It's not what the movie is about, and which is a very heavy topic. It's the almost abuse of kids really bugs me about this movie. And it's an older kid, granted, but some of the stuff she does to try to get rid of him is very, very hard to watch. And I respect the filmmaking. I like, unlike most people, I like the end of the movie, but it's just too much. I did not think it was as good as Talk to Me. Even the little one says, "Oh God," well, she's not little anymore. I know that. You're always my little girl. Anyways, that isn't the point. She said, "Oh God, that made me uncomfortable." Yes, it's a very uncomfortable movie to watch. And lovely Sherry said, budget 15 million, box office 39.1 million.
I don't know. I feel like that's a little underwhelming.
But it still made what, double its budget?
No, well, okay, you always got to take 60% of the second number. So what? 50% would be 60% is going to be like 24 million. So let's just say they made roughly 10 million off of $15 million investment. That's not bad. It's not like mind blowing, but it's not bad.
But for a horror movie, if you
like, yeah, I'll take me a few million.
Yeah. So either way, the studios made money. I'm glad the Filippo brothers will make another movie. Look, Talk to Me, or it was big. Bring Her Back is the horror community is split. I would say if you liked Talk to Me, it's a movie you should watch. I think it's a good follow up. It just wasn't for me. It's just not a movie I could go back and just I want to throw on a horror movie. This isn't the first one I'm going to pick, but it's on my list because it's great filmmaking. I enjoyed the end of the movie. There's a lot of twists and turns. So the next movie, and this is a Shudder exclusive and one of my favorite franchises. And the reason why it's down so low is because it is an anthology movie. And as you know, anthology movies, you really lose points if some of the segments aren't as good as others. And that is VHS Halloween. This was, to me, one of the best VHS.
Have you watched all the other VHS movies?
Yep. I watch them in a row leading up to the new one. And this is by far good, but it wasn't as good for me as VHS 99, and it's still my favorite one. And VHS Halloween has one of the best segments, but once again, this segment single-handedly brought it up on me for this list. But it's also a very hard segment to watch. So there's a segment called Kid Scan. And if you have a chance, watch it for this. The ending is so great. And the twist in the segment is really good. And it made me like my jaw dropped when I figured out what was going on. And
are all the VHS movies
they're anthology?
Anthology. Fuck, couldn't think of the word. Okay.
So yeah, it was one of their better ones, but it was just two other segments were just and the last three were just amazing. There's ones with aliens in it that is one of the best, and it's shot from like a GoPro of this plane that hits a flying saucer, and they're like parachuting or whatever, and then they were flying their plane, but their plane crashed as a UFO, I guess, was, doing UFO things, probably the fucking Earth, who the fuck knows. They hit a UFO, but they don't know what it is. And as they're falling...
according to Paul, they were here harvesting farts.
So, yeah. So who knows? VHS was great. I really loved it. It just is lower on this list because when you have movies that are anthologies, what brings it down a point is when I go back through and watch it, if it has 6 segments and 3 of them I kind of skip, you know what I mean? Or I'm like, I don't need to watch this because I already know.
No, I know what you mean. You watch the anthology and you're really hooked on one, and then the next one starts and you're like, this ain't very engaging.
Yeah, so it was a fun one. There's one called Mr. Trick or Treat. If you've seen that, there's a penis that gets turned into a candy. That was very fucking amusing.
That sounds hilarious.
It was hilarious. It was the first time I've ever seen chocolate covered balls. So, I mean, there's a lot of fun stuff.
You know who would be into that? Chef.
So
add a little salt.
So let's check out my next one, my number 6. This is a
6.
movie.
We're on the 6 already?
Yep, and then I'll recap the other ones.
Holy shit, we are burning through these things. I must not have much to say about them, which I don't think I haven't seen any of them yet. Some of them are on my watch list already, like Bambi was on my watch list already.
So we'll have a couple of more, and I think maybe I know you've seen what my number 1 is. But anyways, number 6 is a movie. Is it a candy cane or M&M? It is a chocolate of some kind. You really have to see it. They put it through like this machine, and there's an X-ray, and you see them putting chocolate and nuts and sprinkles. And oh gosh, you're gonna make me blush, lovely Sherry. Anyway,
yes. Describe a candied penis to her.
Moving right along to number 6. Oh, number 6 is going to be a movie. If you have seen the movie The Substance, this movie is very similar. But why it's not higher is because of the last 2 minutes of this movie. I got what the metaphor was supposed to be, but I didn't really. I thought it was very weird, so it knocked it down. Otherwise, this would have been top 5 territory. But my number 6, coming very close, was a movie with Dave Franco, and it is called Together, and it is about a young couple who. Dave Franco is actually married to the actress, I forget her name, who's in it. They're actually a real couple in real life and married and have been together for many years. And
Allison
so
Brie.
Allison Brie, there we go.
Oh my
And
God,
she's
you don't actually have this on your Amazon account. I'm shocked.
yeah. It was like I said, it was a movie I watched once. I respect it, but it didn't hit me as hard as The Substance did. But what it's about is basically it's a very overt in its message, which is about codependency in relationships. So it's both a thing that is physically shown and emotionally explored. And this is a good movie to watch with your significant other as opposed to The Substance, although bitchy is nuts, so she loves The Substance. We haven't watched together yet, but it's about how they're in this relationship and they decide to move to the country. Dave Franco is a guitar player who hasn't had a gig, and basically Alison Brie is paying all of the bills, and they find this well when they go on the walk in like the fucking middle of nowhere, and they drink this water, and it pulls them towards each other. And that's all I'm going to say, because if I tell you too much, I don't want to ruin it for you, but it is a very
Well, yeah,
literal
we'll,
and
we'll,
metaphoric.
we'll, we'll read the description that they have on Prime. Longtime couple Tim and Millie, parentheses, Dave Franco and Allison Brie, end parentheses, find themselves at a crossroad as they move to the country, abandoning everything except each other. Wild tensions begin to flare. An encounter with a nightmarish and unnatural force threatens to corrupt their lives, their love, and their flesh.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, surprisingly, this is a very um it's a very couple like movie. There is not as much gore or body horror as The Substance, but there is some gnarly shit. There's a particular scene where they kiss and their lips get stuck, and I'll
Oh,
leave it at that.
oh, they Ralphie did, hey?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? It's
It's
Ralphie that gets his lips stuck to the flagpole, right?
yes.
It's still Christmas time. We can talk about that.
Oh, I skipped my number 8 because my
I
number
thought
9.
that you skipped one because I was like, how in the fuck did we get to 6 so fast?
Yeah, I'll go back to number 8. That was my name.
Whoopsie. Professionalism.
Professionalism. No, when I go through my recap, I'll do number 8 again and then give a little blurb about it. But yeah, so Together was really good, and I liked it, except for the one that's in my top 5. I felt was better as far as having commentary on relationships. And me and Bitchy watched it, and we absolutely loved it. And I thought it had more of a bite with its message without being overbearing. Whereas
I
this
feel
one,
like there's a movie that's in your top 5 that has more of a bite.
yeah, we'll get no spoilers. Oh, yeah, be careful as well. I'll get to that. That's the one I skipped over. Thank you, little one. We'll get to the Deaf Monkey in a second.
Oh,
Anyways,
that's number 8?
yeah, but yeah, um, it's a really great. It's a really great movie.
Oh,
I
thank you,
love.
Sherry.
Yeah, it was Flick played by Scott Swartz. We
Well,
got
what movie?
his.
Okay, so what movie is that in? Because obviously I was thinking of the
I
wrong
believe that's
movie.
a. Isn't that a Christmas story?
Is that
Is it a Christmas story? Because doesn't he get his tongue stuck
she's?
to the?
I feel like her response is saying that I was wrong, which surprise.
I knew it. Thank you. I still know my movies. Okay, so let me go down my top 10 list. We did Final Destination, Bring Her Back, and I'm going to stop at number 8, which was The Monkey. The Monkey was great. Why it's at number 8, and me and the little one watched this, we had a great time. My issue with The Monkey is it has a problem where the first half of the movie. So this movie is basically about these brothers that find this monkey. It's based on a Stephen King story, done by my favorite director, Osgood Perkins, once again on my list, who did Longlegs, the cinematic masterpiece. And it's based on a Stephen King story where you wind up this monkey, and in a Final Destination style, it kills who's ever in the proximity of it.
What's the name?
So it's called The Monkey, and it is on my Prime. You can watch it. I've seen it several times. My issue and why it isn't higher on my list is the fact that the first half of the movie is brilliant. It's funny. There's a lot of wacky humor, but then when you get to the second half of the movie, I feel like it loses a little steam. I like the very end of it, but it's like there's a middle portion where I don't know, the humor wasn't hitting as much for me. And it was like the first half of the movie had that great balance of really uh, crazy, wacky humor, and then it didn't translate to when they were grown up. And it's not the actor; he does a great job. He's actually really funny, but he plays himself as the older brother and the other older brother because they're supposed to be twins. And the crazier older brother is not that funny. So when he was on screen, he kind of killed the atmosphere for me. So it was like the first half of the movie was super good, like 9, 10 territory, and then it drops to about a 7 or an 8, and then the ending is like, 8 or 9 somewhere in there. So it was really weird. It was very inconsistent, and it didn't have me all the way through like Longlegs did. So it was still a great movie. I really loved it. Check out The Monkey. I watch it repeatedly. It's just the other top movies I watch a little bit more. It was a great movie. I love Osgood Perkins. I did not like The Keeper, which was the last movie, which is why it's not on this list. It's a fucking terrible movie. He made that movie in about an hour, and I think he was doing it while a writer's strike was going on, so you could really tell they needed to pass over that script.
Oh man, so this monkey is just jonesing to kill people, and it's like shit. I can't get to the person that I want. I'll kill you instead. It's fine.
Yeah. So the little one has a good point here. Says I'm pretty sure the monkey tries to kill family members first, then random people when it can't. So yeah, it's like
You should have had her on the stream instead of me.
yeah, like a little Horace encyclopedia book there. So, and then number 10 was Final Destination. Number 9, Bring Her Back. Number 8, The Monkey. Number 7, VHS Halloween. And number 6, Together. So now we are in top 5 territory.
Top 5. We're in the John Campea territory.
This is in no particular order.
Oh
except for my number 1.
Except for number 1. These are just 4 other movies. Oh my god. What a guy.
What a guy. So number 5 is a movie that made it to number 5 over Together because I thought the message was much better. Here on the channel, I'm not big on messaging, but I've said a million times, you could do movies with messaging if they have smart writing. And this movie is smart, and it's heavy-handed without being heavy-handed. It's engaging, it's thrilling. I know Bitchy really liked this movie. And my number 5 is Companion. Companion stars our boy Huey from The Boys, Jack Quaid, who plays the absolute best scumbag I've seen in a really long time. And he's with, I forget her name, but she's super popular and becoming pretty big now. Hold on.
Three couples gather at a remote lake house, setting off a genre-blending tale of love, deceit, and revenge.
Yeah, and can you get the name of the young lady? I forgot her name.
Which one?
It's Jack Quaid, and read off the names.
Sophie Thatcher?
Yes, Sophie Thatcher. Sophie Thatcher has had a hell of a year. She was also in one of my favorite movies of 2024, which was Heretic. She is a very good actress.
I feel like I've seen Heretic, but I can't remember it off the top of my head.
That was the one with Hugh Grant, who plays the religious guy, or he's asking about religion from two Jehovah's Witnesses, and he
Oh
wants to
shit! I
test.
didn't see that's gotta go on the I gotta watch list.
Yeah, Sophie Thatcher was the one who lived. I think it's up to you.
Spoiler.
But yeah, Sophie Thatcher has been really great in the horror scene.
Oh, that's the one where two girls and they got to decide which door to go through.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So Companion has a plot twist. I'm not gonna say because PB hasn't seen the trailer, but if you've seen the trailer, it fucking
Nope.
ruined it. But there's two twists in the movie. The trailer ruins one, but the second twist is really good. And basically, the movie uses a type of genre as a metaphor for relationships. It's about people who are controlling. It's about the things not only women do, which is what I liked about this movie, but what men do too. And this goes into men and women and how we try to control each other and the nature of one person giving a lot to a relationship while the other is using that person, or the other person gets comfortable with one person and they start to uh, they're using them without realizing they're doing it. It's very good, and Jack Quaid is phenomenal and really shows that he could do more than just a funny, goofy, nerdy guy. He's got a lot of range in this movie. And Sophie Thatcher is fucking phenomenal in her performance. She has two roles she has to play. I'm not going to give any spoilers, but when you figure out what's going on, it it kind of switches, and this is just great acting. And it's like I say all the time, social commentary isn't what's wrong with movies. They've had it since the fucking 70s, 80s, 90s. I mean, one movie is always a statement about something. It's if you are smart enough to write something that isn't beating me over the head, men bad, men do this. It's very equal. It's balanced. It shows that both sexes have inherent flaws, and it explores that, and it's not attacking you for the specific gender that you're in. It's
My sex doesn't have an inherent flaw. It's flawless.
so it's one of those movies where I really respect how they chose to talk about relationships, and it made my top five. I mean, this movie and Together were super close, but it's just I resonated with the humor of Companion a lot more, and it gets dark. It gets really bloody and very gnarly, but there's also a little dark humor about everything that's happening. So, especially Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid is just funny. Like he plays an asshole, but right up till the end. He's kind of that lovable douchebag, and then when you figure out something, then he flips to like evil, where you hate him on the drop of a dime. And I'm like, I don't want to hate Huey, but right now you kind of need to fucking die.
Right, especially after watching Novocaine.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I like about Jack Quaid is that I see him in all these roles, and you would think he's one dimensional, but if you look at his roles, they're actually have been vastly different. You had him in Scream, and then The Boys, and then Novocaine, and now Companions, and each role to me doesn't feel like he's playing Jack Quaid. He feels like very distinct, or he's tapping into something different. Like I could see shades of his other work, but this is the first character I hated he played. Whereas Novocaine, I was like, oh, come on, guy. I hope you get the girl. And then in Scream, you like him, you like him, you like him. I'm the killer. And you're like, oh. And then he gets really dark. And then he gets into, the fan base thing, which I'm still not sure about. But whatever. See Companions. It's my number 5. Loved it. Number 4. Number 4 surprised me. Now, if you guys don't know the lore, let me give you get a little bit of lore now. This movie, back in the day, and this was before my day, actually. It was in the early 80s. There came a little movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night. This movie was banned from theaters. The good Christian folk came together and they said, "We will not have this Satan shit in our theaters." They probably didn't say shit because they're Christian, whatever. But they're like, "We won't stand for this." And through the power of bullshit, they had this movie removed.
To the power of bullshit.
And so, years later, and a couple of one terrible remake and 5 terrible movies. Number 2 is a classic, though. Go look up Garbage Day. Hilarious. We got a movie. Yes, I did show you this. We got a movie called Silent Night, Deadly Night. It is by the person from Halloween, actually. Halloween, not Kills. The last Halloween in the trilogy. The kid who accidentally killed the kid while he was babysitting him, that actor. Remember that little fuck like tried to lock him in and he pushed the door open and he went over the thing and we were like, holy shit, and he killed the kid?
Oh, yeah, because he's trying to bust out, and then he unlocks the door. Boo!
Yep. That actor plays...
That's in a Halloween movie?
Yeah. Fuck. That was in the worst Halloween movie. Halloween Ends, I think.
So is this Silent Night, Deadly Night is a reboot or a remake?
It is. I would actually say...
Is it the same? If it's the same, it's a remake. If it's different, it's a reboot.
It's the same and not. It's kind of between a reboot and a remake.
It's only available to pre-order.
Yes. And don't worry, we'll watch that together so I can get your thought. But Silent Night, Deadly Night is about a young kid, which is played by the dude from Halloween Ends. His parents are murdered in front of him. And so he, Dexter styles, picks out people on Halloween, not Halloween, Christmas, but all through the Christmas month, he kills right up until Christmas Day. Now, I don't want to give everything away. There is a plot twist you find out that changes the movie. But when this first started out, I thought this is going to be a generic slasher like the first movie. It's just going to be a guy in a Santa suit because in the first movie, same start, but different finish. So they both have the same character virtually, which is the kid sees his parents killed by someone dressed up in a Santa suit, so he kills people. But this one has a plot twist in about the middle of the movie that changes everything, and it's a mixture of Dexter and Venom. And if that sounds interesting to you, definitely check this movie out because it is crazy good, very unique twist that I've seen, and it's very funny in parts too, which I wasn't expecting. And it's also made by the team that brought you Terrifier 3. So the special effects are done by the Terrifier 3 team. And one of the producers and script writers who works with Damien Leone made this movie. And you could tell because the quality is fucking top tier. But what makes this movie so interesting is out of every Christmas movie I've seen, this movie feels like a Christmas movie. Like, you know how, like Terrifier 3, right? You know how you watch a movie and they feel like Christmas? Like, you have some movies that are like, oh, it's on Christmas, but you see like 2 decorations. This movie feels like Christmas, and its kill calendar is all the way up to Christmas Day. So you got the snow, you got the ornaments. He's working in a shop where he's giving out Christmas like ornaments and trees and shit as a cover kind of a thing. So definitely check it out. Silent Night, Deadly Night surprised me. This is...
You can check it out once it gets released.
Once it gets released.
It ain't released. I assume... Did you see it in the theater?
Yep. Okay. And I saw it with the... with the little one. She says, oh, I remember. It's Murder Santa Man. Murder Santa. She said, even Terrifier had a mention of it as Art killed multiple people dressed as Santa. Yeah. And I think that was a little nod to, I didn't know they were doing this movie. So This is one of those rare cases that I can't believe I'm saying, but I actually prefer this remake over the original because I watched the 1984 one, and it's good for its time, but it's just a straight up slasher. This movie actually has a story, and it has a very interesting story with a very unique plot twist that I don't think a lot of horror movies do. Where this could have been a very trashy, um, typical serial killer Santa movie, they actually took their time to tell a story. It's I think almost like a 2-hour movie, and they take your time to explain why he is the way he is. They have this big plot twist in the middle where you think you know where the movie is going, and then it completely changes to something else. And I thought it was a very bold swing, and it was very um, creative to take it in a different direction. So definitely check out Silent Night, Deadly Night. Now, my number 3. In this one, you can see right now on Netflix. And this is what pisses me off about Netflix because it's my number 3 movie. This movie is so good. It should have been in a fucking theater. And this is why I don't like Netflix buying WB. And we'll have enough time, so maybe we'll talk about this, PB.
Okay.
But Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro.
The old Frankenstein.
It stars Oscar Isaacs as the doctor, and this movie is Guillermo del Toro at his best. There's a lot of puppet work, a lot of practical effects. There is some CGI later in the movie, but this is a beautiful movie. This is a movie that I'm watching where I'm really pissed off, and I don't know about you, PB, or if you've watched some movies straight to streaming that were good, and you're looking at them and you're going, "Why wasn't this in the theater?" We like this.
I mean, the last one that I watched that was straight to streaming was Reacher and Kevin James and Playdate.
Yes, I did not like that. That felt like a
I thought it was friggin' spectacular.
I thought it was mid. See, but that's the thing. That feels like a streaming movie. When you watch Frankenstein,
What about Ricky Stenicki?
definitely a streaming movie. Loved it. Funny. Better than the Playdate.
The range on John Cena is just unbelievable.
I'll give you one thing. It's better than Playdate, but I don't think it'd play well in movies. Where Frankenstein.
I don't know. It depends on, like, the movie that Cherry was talking about before cost $15 million to make and only made 39.1. So you made like $10 million.
But it's shot like a movie to me. Like it's shot like you know what I mean?
No, I know the intangible feeling that you get between watching a movie where you're like, "Yep, this is back in the day." Straight to DVD.
Yep.
Compared to, we better put her in the movie theater first. No,
it's like fair, 90s movies.
I would have loved to see both Stargate movies that happened after the show, not the original movie, in the theater. Oh, that would have been great.
I think though, if they would have went to the theater, which at as much quality as they were for being a sci-fi television show, I think they could have got that theater feel. And
well, what I don't understand, it's like, okay, you make something for streaming. What does it cost you to put it in the theater?
That's true, but it cost them $200 million for Frankenstein. That's what Netflix.
No, I know that's wild. That streaming stuff, especially TV shows, blows my mind. We're like, we spent $200 million on this TV show, and I was like, where?
Yeah, and that's the thing. But then, even though we didn't like Alien Earth towards the ending, that was like a movie, every single one. Even if you don't like the episode, you saw where the money was. Like every one of those episodes could have been an hour in the theater. And that's crazy to me. And that's what I mean. With Frankenstein, you see the budget. And I watched it with Bitchy. Now, Bitchy is not much of a monster movie person, but it's one of those movies where you see the opening scene, you see the opening shot, and I could tell right away when she's gonna like something. We were captivated off the first shot of the movie, and the score and the way they do it, and it's just got this. It's got this. It's Guillermo del Toro. If you've ever seen any of his movies, he's just got this thing the way he shoots stuff.
If
Where he
you've never seen any of his movies,
why?
oh, you didn't. That was a visual thing. I said if you've never seen any of Guillermo del Toro's movies,
Hellboy. 1, 2.
like what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth. I mean, and it shocks me that Netflix is leaving. For me, I feel like they're leaving money on the table, and they got this thing where they want to bring everything to streaming, but they're leaving money on the table.
Dude, okay, now that I'm thinking about it, like you got the wheels spinning in my mind. I'm so disappointed that they never did a Halloween costume party on Sons of Anarchy.
Oh, oh yeah.
Because you know what he would have dressed up as, right?
No, what do you
Hellboy.
think? Oh,
The stepdad. What's the? Why
uh,
can't I think of the actor's name? Because all I'm
Ron
thinking is,
Perlman. See, if you would have said
yeah,
Ron Perlman, I would have got where you were going with that joke. Yeah, that would have been perfect. But yeah, my number 3, if you haven't seen it, check out Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. It's a masterpiece of
it's on
acting,
Netflix
writing.
only.
It's on Netflix only, and it's probably one of the best performances that Oscar Isaacs has done. Uh, Full stop. Because he had the terrible Star Wars movies. Moon Knight was okay. He basically held that show together with duct tape. But
You don't like him as Apocalypse?
no, not at all. That was actually one of my least
No.
favorite.
Like you don't like. I'm not saying that the movie, just him, his character,
No,
how he
I didn't
interesting.
think he fit it at all.
I mean, in my mind, the only like obviously they CG'd it to like change his size, but like to be able to go through the regular scenes, Oscar Isaac is not a big person.
No, not at
He
all.
is he is not a big person whatsoever. Like I wanted somebody playing Apocalypse that was what Paulie sized.
Yeah, there we go. Paulie should have been Apocalypse, and then just
Because
double.
then obviously you're still gonna have to do the CG to make him like
But you
Galactus
don't gotta
sized.
like make him tall.
No, like when they're making him like giant sized, like obviously you're gonna have to do the CG to increase the visual aspect of the person. But when you're just doing all of the let's call them regular scenes, Apocalypse looks like he's the same fucking size as Psylocke. He just got armor on. It's like, do you know exactly Oscar 5'9"? How tall is
5'9".
Olivia Munn?
Oh, I don't know.
Right, I presume she's maybe a little shorter than 5'9", but then she's also got them thick freaking heel boot things that you have for the Psylocke costume.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just seen the reel on Instagram where they're showing the little scene where like she walks up to him and she's still the bad guy, and then she slits his throat and then it just goes back together.
Yep.
I was like, these people are the same fucking size.
All right. So, speaking of size and how it doesn't matter, we have my number 2.
Yeah, 5'4" is short, but 5'9" is not tall.
My number 2, which is a movie that I did not expect to touch me in my very soul. And I don't own this particular thing, but if you are a dog owner and you have a heart of gold and you want to see a horror movie that is not only just a horror movie, but it also has a message, a very
Absolutely
powerful
sure.
message that I don't want to give away because it'll spoil things, but the movie Good Boy was such an amazing movie. And when you find out
Oh,
how this
what a good
movie
boy.
when you find out how this movie was made, this movie was shot in the span of like 12 years with just this guy and his dog. And why it took so long was he uses his own dog, Indy, and he shot around Indy's schedule. He didn't force his dog to do anything. He just shot him doing these things and put like effects and stuff over it. It's just great as far as filmmaking goes. But the story is about a dog named Indy and his owner, who has cancer and decides to move back to his grandfather's cabin and try to fight the good fight. And then some spooky stuff starts happening. Now, here's the plot twist.
Dude,
This movie is shot from the dog's perspective. So every shot is about the high, and you only hear and see things when the dog is present. So you'll hear conversations. It's Indy hearing it. So if he's not in the frame with the character, you don't hear it. So
you
sometimes
want
he'll
me?
be like,
I'm gonna read the description off of Amazon.
"Yes, go ahead."
A brave pup must fight to protect the ones he loves.
That is
How
a
does it?
very
How does it?
that is a very accurate thing. And
And it's
this
only
mo-
73 minutes.
yes, and that's another good thing too. Uh, it knows this movie knows what it is, and with these kinds of especially horror movies, and where you're doing a kind of gimmick, which this is what it is. They're shooting it from the dog's perspective. You can only keep this up for so long and keep the audience's attention. But where this movie shines is the end of this movie is so fucking touching. And I think that if you love your pets and you want to kind of get a perspective of how your pet views you, this is a great movie to see
So,
because
Indy, the dog, is owned by the director.
yep,
Okay.
and it's the director's dog, and he's in the movie as the person who's sick.
That's a dog from Daredevil.
But
Where is it in? Why can I not remember the dog in Daredevil?
I don't know, man. Indy's been getting a lot of work. And I'm gonna go a step further. I think it'll be a crime if the Oscars don't nominate Indy. Indy might be this generation's up and coming actor. This dog, I feel, is going to be like the next.
He's gonna surpass Air Bud and Free Willy.
Oh yeah, I think we have another celebrity dog on our hands. Hopefully, he doesn't go down their path. I don't know if you heard the story, but Free Willy and Airbud kind of got into cocaine, had a little bit of problems. We're in rehab a couple of times. Hollywood's a tough life, man.
That's what happens when you're an athlete.
Yeah. You get into them drugs, man. But don't worry. I heard Bud got help. He's doing better now. He's taking care of his pups. He's focusing on himself.
That movie is from the 90s. Air Bud is dead.
Well, his pups live on.
Yeah.
Anyways, see Good Boy, and I will give you a spoiler because I know when you see a horror movie with an animal, you think the animal is going to die. The animal doesn't die. He's good. I have to preference that because people won't watch a movie if they think
Yeah, I get that all the time. It's like, what happens to the animal in this movie? And it's like, you should watch A Dog's Purpose.
But
you need to.
But with that being said, this is a.
With that being said, I think that this stream is a victim of the fact that movies are not as long as TV shows, and this stream is not nearly as long as the stream we did yesterday for top 10 TV shows.
Yeah, I felt like there was so much to go into, and then we did of course, Campia. Maybe we should do a little treat for everyone, and we'll see what Campia rated as. He's got to have his top movies out.
I think they did. Now, what I was going to say, since you were doing horror movies, so I guess it's 2 days ago, because yesterday it said it was a day old. Killjoy Jake has his top movies out, and they are horror movies.
Well, and if you guys don't know, go check out Killjoy Jake. He's actually a friend of the channel's. He's been on here a couple of times.
Because Killjoy Jake is cool, so instead of a great shilling, we can do a great chilling. Get it?
A great chilling.
Dude, like, a great chilling. Like, and it's horror movies, like, give me credit. Come on.
A great chilling.
That was amazing. That was amazing.
So, it's a great chilling. Anyways, so let me do a recap before we get to my number one. And number one. So, my
honorable mentions.
My honorable mentions was Dangerous Animal.
And Shark Movie.
And Bambi the Reckoning.
That one should be pretty self-explanatory.
Part of the Pooniverse. I love saying that. Anyways, top 10 so far. Number 10, Final Destination, Bloodlines. Number 9, Bring Her Back. Number 8, The Monkey. Number 7, VHS Halloween. Number 6, Together. Number 5, Companion. Number 4, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Number 3, Frankenstein. And number 2, Good Boy. And now,
I only seen one movie on your list so far. Some of them I had already added to the watch list, but like, when does anybody ever watch their watch list? They always are looking for something new. That's not the point. The point is, I seen Bloodlines, and I'm glad that it made the top 10 because it's good. It's real
it's good. Now, my number one. My number one is quite possibly, I've worn it out watching it. It's better than I believe their first movie was. And my number one stars Josh Brolin, Ruth Langmore. I don't know the actress's
Oh
name.
my god. Okay, so I've seen 2 movies that are on this.
My number one is Weapons. Weapons to me is one of, if not the best horror movies of this year, because whether you like or hate the ending, and we'll get into it, there'll probably have to be a spoiler warning on this.
Yes.
I love the fact of how this movie builds tension. I think
it does build a lot of tension. I agree with that.
I think the acting from all of the people involved is great. We get to see Wong lose his fucking mind.
Oh, Sherry saw
it. I think that Weapons was such a phenomenon as far as like people coming out of the theaters and watching it. Now, I think also Weapons was hyped up a lot, but for me personally, it had everything that I wanted. And I especially love that I have watched a movie several times, and it's a movie that you can find different clues in the beginning that told you exactly what the movie was going to be. And I think people got pissed off, but if you watch the movie closely, it tells you exactly where it's going. It's just the shock of everything that's going on. You don't put it together. But as I was going through watching it 3 or 4 times, I was like, oh, yeah. You start to see the little hints.
Okay, so you've seen it 3 or 4 times.
Yes.
At what point? So it's, what is that? It's 1:45, 2 hours?
Yeah, about.
So at what point in the movie are we formally introduced to the aunt?
Actually, fairly early the beginning. She's in the room. We don't see her.
In what room?
She's in the bedroom.
What do you mean?
And then they go back through and they show you the night where she came.
Yeah, I know that. They go at the beginning, but I don't think, like, she's not in the first 10 minutes of the film.
No, because remember, it's perspective shot. So
no, that is my problem, is it breaks the rule of horror, is you're supposed to be introduced to the killer in that first act. And maybe she's introduced at the very tail end of the first act, but it's like, I know all the other characters. I know the child, I know the parent, I know the teacher, like I know the principal. Like there's all kinds of people that you know. You would never you'd never seen the aunt. Like you can say, oh, there's a person in that room there. First of all, why the fuck do I believe you? I need to be shown.
For the clues. They show it to you.
I don't think they show you the aunt at the beginning of the movie.
There's breadcrumbs. You just gotta. There's hints. There's things. It's just when you're first watching it, you're caught in the different perspective. But if you look,
Sherry doesn't like the Silver Surfer.
I have to disagree with you. Watch the Ozarks. Ruth Langmore.
You think that she ain't seen Ozarks?
Ruth Langmore is one of the greatest.
She's a culture connoisseur. Of course, she's seen Ozarks.
I'm pretty sure she did see Ozarks. Everyone's seen Ozarks, I think, at this point, or seen our review. And if you haven't, check out we have a review on
our review. Will get you to watch the show.
Oh, she says she pouts too much.
Interesting. I told you she's seen it. She pouts too much. I don't know if I can argue against that.
I don't know if I can too. I think ladies pick out the weirdest things because bitchy will look at an actor and actress and hate them just off of something in their looks. just like, he has a weird nose, so I can't watch this movie. And I'm like,
So she can't watch any movies with Jews.
no, that was an example. But like, we were watching this movie. I forget who it was. I think it was Clooney or one of them were in it. And she's like, his face is weird. I can't watch this movie. And I'm like, okay, I don't disagree with you, but that has nothing to do with his fucking acting.
Oh, we both clicked on it.
Yeah, bitch. See, it's.
I can't watch this. This person's weirding me out.
It's so. I get it, and I think the same is to other.
We are definitely opposite there. It's like somebody's creepy looking or whatever. It's like, I gotta watch now because I need to know.
But see, that's
why am I getting this vibe from this person?
That's what. And here's the thing. I get what you're saying, but she's purposely not introduced or prominent until that scene for a reason, because that's the device.
No, the whole point of the suspense is that you are supposed to know the killer without knowing that they are the killer.
Oh, no. See, I got a counter for you, and this is from the director himself, Dan Krager. You're not supposed to know the killer or what's going on. Is it environmental? Did they lose their fucking minds? This is supposed to be kind of a mystery or a blend, a drama. He's mixing different genres. And what's the good thing of a mystery? You don't give away the end of the mystery until the end of the story, but you should be able to put the clues together.
Okay, is there a point in the movie that gives you the timeline of the ant in relativity to what we've been shown? Like, that's the one thing that I like a crap ton about Hereditary is you're never introduced to the killer per se, because technically the killer is the grandma. No, you're not supposed to know the killer. You're supposed to know the person, and then you find out that they're the killer. Like, that's how Clue works. You know all the characters in Clue.
You have to watch the son's perspective again, because that's where you piece.
Okay, but in Hereditary, the whole start of the movie is Grandma died, so we are like introduced to Grandma with everybody talking about her and how she was and blah 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 blah. So you wouldn't suspect her to be the bad guy, because it's like, well, I'm not gonna pick the fucking
because she's bad.
Right, but you're introduced to the character. You're not introduced to this ant.
That movie isn't based like a whodunit. This is a mixture of like a whodunit. Like
it's all, dude. Every freaking horror movie, unless it is following, I should say, every thriller movie is a whodunit. It's always a whodunit.
I mean,
like, I don't need, like, horror and thriller are different in the sense that in the horror movie, like, you know that Art is the killer, you know that Jason's the killer, you know that Freddy's the killer. We know these things. Whereas in the thriller, you're not supposed to know who the killer is, but you are supposed to be introduced to that character so that you can follow them.
I want to say I'll watch it again, but I want to say there is clues.
I'll watch it again, because now
you do see
now that I've done all my bitching, like,
yeah, actually you do see her, and you see her before the last perspective. You see her twice, and I bet you missed it.
Maybe I did. It's possible.
Yeah, watch it. See, okay, so. Okay, PB had a valid point, and this was a contention, and I did a breakdown and then people went, oh. So when you're first watching the movie, and I get what you're saying, you're trying to figure out the mystery, and this is the brilliant part that Daniel.
Right, because like you're certain it's not the teacher, because they're like, the teacher did this to all of her students, and you're like, obviously she didn't, or else.
Okay, so
it'd be a 5-minute movie.
There's 2 times. As a matter of fact, even in the first perspective, where you see who it is, but you don't think about it because they play it as a dream sequence. But those dream sequences, that is the clues he's giving you. Remember when, like, Josh Brolin is in his kid's bed, and then he sees this old woman, and he goes, holy fuck! And he wakes up. It's quick, but they showed her there. The teacher, when she lays down, goes to sleep, and then she's jolted up, she was in her dreams. He did show it to you, but he didn't show you conventionally the way most movies do.
Interesting. Yeah, definitely have to rewatch it.
Rewatch it, because and I said the same thing, but when I went through and I rewatched it, they even showed the fucking symbol.
No,
in a dream
I
sequence.
will give the movie credit for the way that it's shot, the feeling that it gives you with the score, and top-notch acting. Like she doesn't like the pouty lady. Then you also got Josh Brolin, freaking spectacular. And then she said up there the old lady that plays the aunt, didn't she? What her name was, or did she not say that?
It's hold on, she has her back here.
Because I know Julia Garner is Ruth.
Amy Madigan.
Yeah,
Madigan. Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
spectacular. But I think that quite possibly the best acting in the movie is done by the kid.
Oh, and I
Dude,
wanted.
that kid is amazing.
Okay, so this is why it makes my number one too. So child actors, thank you. I had it in my notes too. What are you reading my shit? Anyways,
I would never read. Come on.
yeah, that's true. I can leave anything now. But child, I was just gonna say, child actors are really hard to come by. And they can make or break, especially in a movie like this, because the last perspective that ties everything together, right? The most important one rests on the shoulders of that kid. He finishes out the story and connects it all together. And I think if you had a kid who didn't have, and it's not, he doesn't even play it like he's sad, but just this defeated look he has all the time, the defiance he has towards her, like that kid, I don't know what his name was, but my goodness, he's got a bright future, because that the movie falls apart. It literally, the whole entire thing falls apart. Like, you can have Josh Brolin and you can have Julia Garner and all of these other great stars, and I just call him Wong.
What's his name?
Wait, isn't that his name in Doctor Strange though?
No, that is his real. I'm pretty sure that is his real last name.
No shit, and that's his name in Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, but I in Doctor Strange, I'm not entirely sure if like he has a first name or if they just only call him Wong.
Oh, thank you, lovely Sherry, once again saving us. It says Alex Lilly. Yes, I think that Alex has a bright future, because if you get to the last perspective, and we talked about this too yesterday during our TV shows, right? What we say, you could have a good beginning, sucky, 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 right? And then a bad ending. Or you can have great, 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 and then last match. And you're like, and this movie sucks.
Wong is played by Benedict Wong.
Wrong. There's got to be a joke in there. They're
Love
like,
it.
we're casting for Wong. Do we know any Asians who just happen to have the last name of Wong? That just happen to look like the comic book character, BD Wong. BD Wong probably didn't even read for it. He just probably like showed up. They saw his name. They saw what he looked like, and they're like, done. I mean, that's great. That's great. So, yeah, and so yeah, see, PB, and this is what I was saying about this movie, and I've said it 1,000 times too.
Two Wongs make a white.
That's great. And I've said this earlier. Remember how I said rewatchability, right? Like, now you got to go back through because you missed that part, and I bet you now,
Yeah, I do.
if you see that, does that then change your feelings?
Well, obviously it would. Like if I miss something that's a crucial, like a linchpin part of the movie, and it's like, oh yeah, I didn't like this movie because I didn't have a chance to guess who the killer is.
But see, now that you're armed with that knowledge, you go back through and you watch it, and that to me is what makes to me Weapons my top movie. It's not just a movie where you get the puzzle pieces and you go, well, that's it, I know the twist. It's a movie that begs you to rewatch it because you missed that crucial part. And that's why I was like, yeah, we did see that. But then it dawned on me, see, when you were watching those dream sequences, they're kind of like jump scares. But if you looked, they showed this person. And when I was watching it, I was thinking, why the fuck do they keep on showing this random ass old lady in these people's dreams? But then you get to the
Wait,
kids and you
what's
see, oh, that's Gladys. The characters, except for the
what
kid who,
horror movie rules?
yeah, the
You-
characters except the kid broke the
She's
horror
she's
movie.
good. She's young and good at typing, so she can type up all these rules so I can see what she's talking about. Because I don't know what the horror movie rules are.
Oh yeah, like I'll give you an example. Remember when the teacher there, she falls asleep outside of the fucking house and then gets her hair cut. And it's just like, and that's how they cut off the story. And it's just like, dude, you don't get sloshed if you're doing a stakeout. Come on. Oh, she said, listen to the children or crazy old people who give ominous warnings. They often know what they're talking about.
Yeah, but who would do that in real life?
And she said, never split up from the group. Strength in numbers is crucial survival tactic.
Well, yeah, you like strength in numbers is great because it gives me somebody to trip.
Avoid basements and attics, which are common places to get cornered. Stay on a floor with doors and multiple exits.
But at what point do you know that you are in a horror movie?
When people start going, I'll be right back, and they don't come back.
Yeah, but
If you ever have,
who among us have ever been in a position where it's like, oh, there's a killer out there. We should probably all stay together.
I mean, when I was in the service,
I mean, they never
never
caught.
mind. That got
They
dark
never.
fast.
They
I'm
never
sorry.
caught Jack the Ripper. People should have been walking around together all over the place. He would have been able to get nobody.
And that's why they didn't survive, PB. They didn't
Yeah,
listen to
but
the horror
when
movie
you're
rules.
living it, you don't know that you're in the horror movie.
I mean, at some point,
The
when you
only
hear,
movie that they know they're in a horror movie
well, here,
is in Scream.
okay, here's the thing.
Jamie Kennedy's got it figured out.
Let's use your Jack the Ripper example. Say you're a woman of the night and you're doing your woman of the night things. You know women
Whoa.
talk, all right? If you go, hey, yeah, oi there, Angie disappeared on the corner there. Oi, blimey hell, bring me my tea and criplets. And then, like, she's like, oh, yeah, that was weird. You wouldn't be hooking on that corner because Amy disappeared and we don't know where Amy is. Which one are
You.
well, you excited for 2026? I am very
It's not,
excited.
that's an unfair question, Sherry. Like, you listed a bunch of great movies and you said which one? Like, we can only be excited for one? Or can we tell you which ones we are excited for?
Oh,
And I need you to refine the question, please.
actually, I can just tell her off of one. Ready or Not two.
Yep.
That's been my two of them. We have two
Because
of them now.
as soon as I say
Two?
that, I was like, how can you make another? Like,
And then they did it.
spoiler alert for Ready or Not, the first one. The family dies. So it's like, how do you go forward from there? Then I watched the trailer and I was like, that's genius.
It is. Oh, she said choose as many. So everything on that list. I want to see 28 years.
I didn't know that 28 years later was coming out with a.
It's a trilogy now. So it's 28 years
Oh,
later, 28 years later, Bone Temple, and then 28 years later.
but they all. I take it they're
War.
all going to take place 28 years later, though.
Yes.
Do they connect to each other, or are they like?
Yes, directly. Like Bone Temple is directly
Scream 7?
after.
I'm not excited for Scream
I,
7 because
I
I'm falling behind.
I'm not excited because the last Scream was dog ass. And then, even though I didn't like the lead, they got rid of her for political bullshit, which I didn't like. And
Got rid of who?
Marissa Barrera, because she supported the war against whatever the fuck was going on back then.
Oh,
Yeah. Because she's of that group of people that were getting
she
murdered.
was the what's her face? She was the Sydney.
Yeah. And I think what they did to her were shitty, and that we should stop fucking firing people because of their stance on things.
So
Um,
return to Silent Hill.
Return to Silent Hill, I am super excited to buy because Return to Silent Hill is based on Silent Hill the game too, and they. I'm not going to speak too soon, but the scenes that they showed, and a quote from the director was, "They are not trying to change it. They are going to try to adapt it as faithfully as possible for a new audience. They don't want to tarnish the legacy." And based on the trailer, they're fucking doing it, man. He's got the radio where it does the click when there's things close.
I think I seen the teaser for it. 'Cause I was like,
Yes,
holy shit! Because when did the first one come out? It came out in like 2006 or
2000,
2005.
2005, and then they did that shitty follow up.
I bet Sherry knows when it came out.
I bet she does. And Insidious, I am.
And then she's gonna say, I didn't know when it came out. I just looked it up on Google real quick because I'm a fast typer.
Yes, and I'm excited. Cillian Murphy,
That's a scarecrow.
Yep, he's going to appear because he was in the very first 28 Days Later. He's gonna come back as the character. Yeah, in Bone Temple. So super excited. They're not saying like it depends on what version. There's two versions of 28 Days Later. So I think they're going with the cut version.
Holy shit. 2002.
Wow. We are getting old, PB.
Hey Sherry, so next question is, when did the Silent Hill video game come out?
Silent Hill the video game
came out on original PlayStation, didn't it?
No, Silent Hill 2 was PlayStation 2 or 3.
The original Silent Hill.
Oh, shit. I think that was 1 because
that's what I'm saying is the original Silent Hill movie came out in 2002, and now they're doing 24 years later.
Dude, they're trying that. Dude, every year we see this. Yeah, 99.
Yeah, I thought it was a relatively quick turnaround to go from game to movie.
Yeah,
just because like Resident Evil was a relatively quick turnaround to go from game to movie. I don't think it was that quick. But then Resident Evil also went down the pathway of making Mila Djokovic, which her character doesn't exist in the games.
No, but we're glad it does. All of us, especially me. Anyway,
I'm a Jill Valentine person.
So let me recap really quick. These are my top 10 movies, especially for the two random people who joined us here. So my top 10 horror movies, rapid fire, honorable mentions, Dangerous Animals, and Bambi the Reckoning. The top 10 are number 10, Final Destination Bloodlines. Number 8, Bring Her Back. Or number 9, Bring Her Back. Number 8, The Monkey. Number 7, VHS Halloween. Number 6, Together. Number 5, Companion. Number 4, Silent Night, Deadly Night. Number 3, Frankenstein. Number 2, Good Boy. And my number 1, my favorite of this year, our year in Lord 2025, is Weapons. And that is
my dyslexia got the better of me there for a second, because I read this as I cut glass to go see Resident Evil movie. And I was like, how did she, like, there's not a lot of windows on the movie theater. The only windows you ever see at the movie theater are the ones that are in the doors, and those are thick as hell. I was like, she cut the glass. I was like, oh, she got glass. That makes way more sense.
The first game in the franchise of Resident Evil survival horror game developed and published by Capcom, originally released by Sony PlayStation on March 22nd, 1996. And she would know, if you guys don't know, this is the little dictator, and she is a super huge fan of Resident Evil. She's played every game and has all of this stuff and does drawings of Resident Evil characters. So she would know more than her father Zod. So I am super proud. Anyways, so that's my top 10 list. PB, what do you think of my choices? And now I
think that a lot of these movies would make quite excellent movie palettes.
Oh yeah, and speaking of movie palettes, how would someone go about not only getting one but saving on one?
I mean, if I was going to get a movie palette for any of these movies, I would go to moviepalette.com. And then I'm going to type in Zone 15 to get an extra 15% off of any sales that they have going on right now. And I'm quite certain that even though these are new movies, you'll be able to find a few of them on there. They have an unbelievably wide selection. Plus, if you go back and watch our previous stream, they have movie palettes for TV shows where they take the individual episodes and give you mini movie palettes on one canvas.
So, and thank you, moviepalettes.com for sponsoring the channel. And it looks like in 2026, thank you. It looks like in 2026 they're going to. They also sent me a new contract and some money, so Bitchy will be happy about that. You know, everything goes to Bitchy.
Do they like? You can't. You need to message them back and be like, "Could you send me a new movie palette?" Like,
oh yeah, I definitely, because there's a couple of these movies we mentioned today that I would love to get a movie palette on. So definitely super excited about it. And you know what else I'm excited about?
Both Resident Evil and Silent Hill movies came out in the same year.
Oh yeah,
what a
they
year.
were direct. They've
what a
always.
Year.
Oh well, gosh, you know I'm old. I can't remember this shit.
2002. 2002 had it going on.
But yes, so today we're going to give you something special here, folks. A friend of the channel and someone that I respect in the horror space, who we've had here on the channel, and we actually when I talked to him, we talked about Scream when it came out, and had a lot of debate.
Hold up. Hey.
Yep. They reboot RE so many times. Like, we had that Welcome to Raccoon City.
I mean, did she watch all of the animated ones?
Yes. It's
the animated Resident Evil movies are surprisingly good. Like, I was expecting it to look like cutscenes from the video game, and I was like, it's pretty good. Especially the one where the plane crashes into the frickin' airport.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what that one's called.
Yeah, that one was pretty good actually. So, if you guys don't know, this is a friend of the channel's Killjoy Jake. He actually doesn't have friends. He has horror movies. But go check out his channel. I've interviewed him. He actually did a short film. He actually did a short film called The Right Red Hand, and I interviewed him on it. So you could check out that interview. He's a really cool dude. And I want to see where our top 10 list landed, because I feel like his might be a little bit different than mine. Jake watches a lot of horror movies. I'm sad to say probably more than I do. So let's check out what Killjoy Jake has to say about this. All right, we're going to do her up full screen. Oh my God, get out of here. Okay, so here we go.
10 horror movies of 2025. Now let's get into it.
Yes, let's.
I need a fucking logo.
That's a sweet. You have a logo. It's your animated face.
Friends, I have horror movies. If you're excited for another year of horror on the horizon here, then make sure to like this video and subscribe for more updates on upcoming horror films. Also, the best way to support this page.
I'm sure it was number one.
So on my worst horror movie list, and I checked everybody across the internet, we all came together universally. War of the Worlds is unanimously the worst movie, not only of this year, but probably of the past decade.
A channel member or Patreon supporter, where you'll get bonus review videos each month. Patreon supporters exclusively get to see trailer reactions as well. Thank you all so much for keeping me in business. Now let's get into this. Just to serve as a little reminder, this is just my top 10 list of the year. Of course, it's not going to match exactly your thoughts. We all experience art differently, so
I want to see how many of those movies they got. Oh, that's an interesting choice.
Coming in 10th place here is Predator Killer of Killers, a movie I never expected to be on my top 10 list. Definitely not the Predator.
Like, that's the animated one that came out this year, and I watched it, and it ties everything together. It's freaking spectacular.
It is.
It's a horror movie?
That's what I was going to see.
I would call it an action movie.
Because I felt weird, remember, on my top 10.
I feel like all the Predator movies are action movies.
And on my top 10 list, I did put Sinners just for the not my.
Yeah, I
horror
looked. Right, I see that's on the regular top 10, and you could potentially put it into the horror list if you wanted to.
Yeah, so but I didn't want to because then it would have been Weapons vs. Sinners, and I didn't want to have to make that choice. So you could say I cheaped out, whatever. But I
would definitely say that.
but
cheaped out.
But I would say that that's a fine line. You could pitch it either way. But Predator,
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, like I don't know if Predator would have went on my horror list. That's a very interesting
movie that I thought was going to be on this list, that's for sure. Biggest thing that edges this movie out, why I think I liked it better than Badlands, is because it doesn't have that Marvel humor that I'm just kind of sick of at this point. I think when I first saw it in like Guardians of the Galaxy, it was really fun and a little different, but now like every single Marvel movie has used that exact kind of humor that I think has just gotten obnoxious at this point. It's an animated anthology movie too, which I don't even know if I've seen another movie quite like this one. So it just really stands out from 2025 releases.
I agree with
I loved that all of the characters like survived and were coming back for one last battle, which is what the wraparound is setting up the entire time. Dan Trachtenberg is bringing a lot of fan fiction energy, I think, to the Predator franchise, which some people love, some people don't. It mostly works for me though. I'm really vibing with all three of the movies. That
I thought that Killer v. Killers was great.
Oh, Together.
In ninth place is Together. And guys, I'm going to be so...
What number did you have Together on?
I had Together at number 6. So we
pretty
had it
close.
on our list. I had it higher. So I'm actually kind of surprised he put it, because I think he's going to have like Long Walk on here, and I put that on my action. I don't consider it horror, but I see how you can...
Well, I mean, if those crossover, we'll just say it counted as making a list.
Yeah. So... yeah, definitely.
He might have Sinners on this too.
I most certainly think he has Sinners on there.
So honest with you, I think this movie just makes this list because of that creepy as fuck first half. That jump scare with the bed horrified me. It's not even really a jump scare. It's like it racks focus on like the same thing in the distance coming up underneath the bed right in your face. It's just horrifying. I mean, goosebumps all up and down my skin. What a great way to start. Sadly, I think the back half of this one kind of loses that creepy energy and gets into more of like a wholesome kind of metaphor thing with the body horror. But it is still very delightful and gross. It's a bizarre mix.
So I'm glad. I just want to pause it there. And this is why I would love to, maybe I should talk to Jake, because I got his DMs to DM him, see if he wants to talk. But I had... that, didn't I just say that? That was my problem and why it didn't crack my top 5. I said the same thing. The back half of the movie didn't grab me as much as the first half. Like everything he said, you got like creepy, and then you get to the back half of the movie and it kind of loses the pacing. So I'm really glad someone else like hit the nail on the
mixture
head.
of flavors too that really works for me because an actual married couple plays the main characters. I don't know if you can mix gross and wholesome all that well together if your main two characters didn't have any chemistry. Dave and Allison killed it here. Another negative I have about Together, and it's a really, really, really small thing, is that the twist being, oh, it's just a cult the whole time. I feel like that's been a little overplayed in modern horror. Thankfully, that doesn't overtake the ending of this flick, however. Because this movie ends in such a unique way, I think it kind of evades that criticism a little bit. Not everything has to be a cult, but if it is going to be a cult, like, do it in your own weird, unique way. Every single cult horror ends up with, like, a bunch of people getting sacrificed in a fire or something. Like, it's the Wicker Man, you know? At least this movie found a way to do it differently. I have to applaud that about Together. How could I not have a body horror movie on this list, too? Do you guys even know what YouTube channel you're watching right now?
Look!
Oh, dang.
In 8th place is one of my favorite franchise continuations of the entire year, Final Destination Bloodlines. This has got to be the best turn your brain off popcorn movie of the year by far.
So I'm actually curious, like, we're hitting the same movies, but our placement is vastly different. So I'm actually curious.
Vastly different.
Well, because I had Destination at 10, he has it at 8. So yeah, you're right. I'm wondering, like, would we get to the top 5? How much?
Just say that you're doing it the campier way and be like, in no particular order, our lists are exactly the same.
And maybe the best Final Destination movie ever. So many franchise continuations are playing the nostalgia card, but Final Destination Bloodlines does it in a really unique way. It feels like it picks up right where the franchise left off back in 2011 with Final Destination 5. I also love the differences that Final Destination is able to bring to its story. Handling the premonition in such a different way than series past, I thought was a really great reinvention. I love the fact that we're following a family this time around, opposed to like just a group of friends. Not only does it make all of the characters a lot more likable and relatable, but it also has become Dom Toretto's favorite Final Destination flick for obvious reasons. Really, my only criticism of—
What was that?
That freaking scene where the grandma's like, seeing's believing, and then I was like,
yep,
that was spectacular.
That was spectacular. I agree.
Of this flick, and this is a criticism you could apply to literally every Final Destination sequel, is that the kills don't look so great. They are very digital, even though a lot of this is practical effects. I will say it is definitely better than a lot of the sequels before. This is much, much, much better than that.
Dude,
There's just a few little moments here and there, especially Julia's death.
Final
I think
Destination has transitioned into like making the kill look cool to like what got the person into the position where they can be killed.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's where his criticism comes in, which I do agree with. I don't like digital effects because if you do a really good digital effect, it looks like a practical, but 90% of the time you could just kind of pick out, like, because of the blood and things like that and the way it splatters, it just doesn't have that same feel. Speaking of, who's a good boy? You hold him close. He might save you one day. Oh, look at the puppy. Man, speaking of which, I hope his movie is on here. A movie you can watch with your dog. Good boy. I'll be interested, too, to see if he plays Good Boy on here. I'm very curious.
It just look a little grossly digital for me. I can't hate on VFX too much, though. I'm friends with too many VFX artists. Josh, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. This movie totally fucking bangs, though. Best Final Destination flick, without a doubt, in my mind.
Bring her back. Yeah. Okay, so...
In seventh place is the very somber Bring Her Back. If you want a movie to absolutely break your heart and just have a bad fucking time, put on Bring Her Back. Horror tends to analyze grief a lot, and a lot of these movies do it exactly the same way.
Okay, number 9, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to mark... Hold on, I'm going to do something so that I know which ones we both had. I'm going to do, like, little hash marks. Because... Wow, our lists are very... Okay, so we had that, we had that, we had that. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So...
It's become very superficial and stale. Bring Her Back, however, finds a really unique way to do the same thing, while also standing on the shoulders of some familiar giants like Pet Sematary and Dark Water. I cannot praise Sally Hawkins enough in this very strange role from her. I don't know if she's ever done anything quite like this. She deserves an Oscar nom. I don't give a fuck. Same with Oliver's actor, just because I feel bad for the kid. Someone buy him a cheeseburger, give him a hug, and also just give him an Oscar. Give him everything. Give him every award. Seriously, though, outside of like the more surface level things about this movie, there's some really great representation of like just disabled people in general here. One of our main characters, Piper, played by Sora Wong, and I really like that we're not playing this character as dumb throughout this movie.
Yeah, also too, the actress, speaking of, we always hear this, PB, representation, and crazy, they get a blind actress to play somebody who's supposed to be blind, and they do a great job. So you can have somebody who fits the thing you need and can act. Isn't that a crazy thought, instead of, half-assing pretending?
Movie. Like, Piper starts to realize what the hell is going on at a certain point and ends up getting out of this thing alive. Whenever horror can represent people who are differently abled, I think that's just a wonderful thing. So I have nothing but love for Bring Her Back. If you haven't seen my deep dive video covering both of the Philippos movies, I just dropped it over on my retro page. Go check it out. Give it a watch. Let me know what you guys think.
Thank you, Rachel.
Dang.
Coming in 6th place is 2025's Frankenstein. Del Toro's passion project absolutely paid off after years and years and years of hard work. This is an epic and mostly faithful adaptation that...
This is crazy that right now, as I'm going through this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 movies on our list. Different placements.
4 out of 5. And the
Yep.
only one that is different is one that you didn't put on the list because I don't consider it a horror movie, but
Yeah,
he's the expert, so
yeah.
maybe we're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm
deviates
not
with
going to
purpose
question
from the
Killjoy
Mary Shelley
Jake's,
novel. I don't
list
even
here.
know where to start with this
You
one.
know,
Loved the
these
entire
top
cast of this
friends,
movie, but
they're
I do have to
horror
say, I think the major standout here is absolutely Jacob Elordi as the creature. Listen, Oscar Isaac is chewing it up. Mia Goth is stealing the show with her very minimal screen time, but Jacob Elordi, man, I can't believe I'm even saying it. He was the actor I was probably the least excited to see in this movie. No offense to the guy, but when you're up against Mia Goth and Oscar Isaac, Christoph Waltz too, I mean,
Yep.
come
Oh,
on.
shit.
But dude, Jacob Elordi steals the show as the creature. I think the creature's tail is my absolute favorite part of this
I
entire flick
agree.
too.
That's
And
quite
it's
the
so
outfit.
simple. It's so similar to the
Whoa.
novel too, but it's just done with such love, care, and precision. What do you expect from Del Toro though? I mean, of course you're going to get something like this. Amazing
expect
movie.
excellent
Fuck. There was 2
visuals.
big takeaways I think I had with this movie. I love that this is kind of teaching us that we all want what we can't have in a weird sort of way. You know,
Yep.
Oscar Isaac, I think, wants to invent something that will go on forever. Like will be some sort of stopper on death, essentially. And then when he creates that thing, all that thing wants is to die or to at least have a companion, right? Like I love that. I love the tragedy in something like that. Or maybe I should say the irony in that. I also think it hits on the nature versus nurture
Sends you a
argument in a
picture.
really interesting way. I love that we have all these different kinds of characters being major influences or maybe even parental figures to the creature, and how that kind of pushes him forward on this crazy journey. Again, I love that about this story. It's done very well here. Maybe my only criticism about this is that there are some themes that are a little on the nose. Like you have this one scene where Christoph Waltz just literally says, "You're not gonna be the eagle who picks at my liver," or whatever the line is. And it's like, dude, we get it. We get what story you're referencing. I mean, literally the subtitle of the original Frankenstein is The Modern Prometheus. Chill the fuck out with the references, man. I don't know. This might be Netflix's whole thing about like trying to make some more obvious dialogue. So just in case people are on their phones, they don't miss anything. But like, I don't know. That's my only criticism about this whole movie.
And that's one thing I wanted to bring up. PB, I don't know if you've noticed
Go
this
bark,
about a lot of Netflix stuff, because this
Go
is
bark.
the issue we had with Stranger Things. I hate that. I do feel like Netflix tells its directors or whatever, hey, these people are going to be on their phones, right? So we got to make sure they're fucking watching. So throw in a line in case, you know, they're distracted. And like Netflix, I feel like wants to have it both ways. If you want viewership, but you want people to pay attention, just make a good fucking show or movie. We'll watch it. Okay? People are on their phones when something's shitty, or they don't like it, or it's not
Yep.
grabbing them. So I agree with that. I think it's a big problem, specifically to Netflix.
The rest of it totally worked, really rocked. Great stuff here. The James Whale movie will always be like the definitive Frankenstein, in my humble opinion. But
I
this is
might
also
disagree with him.
fantastic in a
I
totally
don't know if I
different
like
way.
it as well.
You called it.
I knew Long
In
Walk
fifth
was gonna
place
be on
is
there.
The Long Walk, my favorite Stephen King adaptation of the year. Based on the rest of this list, I guess I just really like sad movies about kids, which is so fucked up. Despite 90% of this film just being boys walking and
PB, we need editing.
I presume he very much enjoys Welcome to Derry.
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, he does have reviews on that too. Definitely, like I said, go check out Killjoy Jake. He's a great guy. Yeah, dude, that's hilarious. I think we need editing like that. Like, even though we
You
swear.
put this on your regular list, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. This was on my top 10 movies. But I can
Where
see
did
where
it? Where did it? You remember what number it was?
I want to say it was in my top 5 somewhere. I got the list here somewhere. But yeah, have you got a chance to see The Long Walk yet?
No, I mean we just talked about it yesterday, or not yesterday. What was that? 3 days ago? We did the
Three days ago, I think. Yeah.
Last night
man.
I made it. I think I'm almost done with episode 4 of Welcome to Derry.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I gotta find a list. Unfortunately, detached.
It's not like he's just gonna pose for a picture.
And he didn't.
I've seen them.
And then
He did. He's
inevitably
standing
getting
right
shot.
there.
I
And
could
then
not take
the
my
other
eyes
meme
off
was,
the screen. The
if you
tension
told
is
me this was
palpable.
a cowboy,
The characters are
I wouldn't be able to argue against it.
so lovable. And my God, the twist at the end of this one punches you in the gut in such a
that's
good
good.
way. This is a movie that I don't know is going to end up on a
I
lot of
agree
top
with
10
you,
lists this
Rowan.
year, just because
I
it
would
is a
not make
very
one
hard
wrong.
watch considering the current political environment. I totally understand people who prefer something like The Running Man, which is a very similar concept and also a Stephen King adaptation with a much more like upbeat tone. I just think that this is the stronger film.
Doesn't
However,
Running
even
Man
if The
come out
Running
next
Man
year?
No, this year. They came out simultaneously.
Came out already?
Yeah, with the monkey. So we've had 3 Stephen King movies, or movies based on
The
Stephen
Running
King.
Man's the one where it's obviously it's a remake, but now it's got Glenn Powell.
Yeah. It wasn't on my list for a reason. I thought it was all right, but I guess I'm in a small minority.
Name's Chad Powers.
is a more enjoyable watch. Like, dude, where the fuck has David Johnson been my entire life? He was the standout in Alien Romulus, one of my favorite films from last year, and he's easily the standout in this movie too. What? I think David Johnson is a crazy talent. I really hope more directors pick up on this because, man, I could see him absolutely killing it in some sort of Oscar-worthy drama. It's honestly a shame to me that the Academy rarely recognizes horror. In a perfect world, something like The Long Walk would be at least not.
Yes, and I agree with what Jake's saying here. I hate that technically they're going to nominate Sinners, but once again, it walks that line of horror and action. So to the Academy, they'll probably just more consider it an action movie. It's like horror can have good performances. We're not in the era where it was cheesy and there's, it's simplistic. People are actually
I like it cheesy though.
Oh yeah, you're always a big fan of cheese.
Now, I love the David so much, but the whole cast is amazing. And I think it's so rare when you have a cast with a lot of very important characters, a lot of moving parts where everybody has a standout moment. And that is so very true with The Long Walk. My mind was blown by this one, just like Curly at the start of this flick.
That's terrible.
Oh! In fourth place is VHS Halloween.
Okay.
What number did you have it at?
I had it at 7, and that's because of everything else. But I dabbled with it being in my top 5. But it's his number 4.
Any of you surprised that this movie made the list? Probably not. As you guys probably already know, my favorite series to cover on this page is the constantly evolving VHS franchise. And Halloween might be the most consistent yet tonally sporadic film in the whole damn bunch.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, and I was thinking of I got a call. He's super busy these days because bigger than us, but he does such a great deep dive where he breaks down every segment, and he also does where he ranks them. So I believe he's done a ranking for all of the VHS, and I think he's even done one for the segments. So this is like his thing. He loves these movies. And see, my disagreement is it's hard with an anthology because, yes, it's one movie, but honestly, you're ranking almost 3 or 4, different movies.
Where did you put Black Phone 2 on your list?
I didn't have it on my list.
What the hell, guy? It's in the thumbnail and it's not on. I just thought of that. I was like, wait a second.
Oh yeah, that's what we call in the business a
man. It might have. I mean, Black Phone 2. I don't know if it's the best horror movie of the year because I didn't watch it yet. I don't know if it should have made the top 10. What I do know is I don't think I saw more marketing for any of those horror movies more than Black Phone.
Yes, I did like it. I'll explain my reasons when we get to it.
Maybe he might not have it on his list either. And then we ain't got to talk about it at all.
Yep.
right here is everything I could
I have
possibly
a feeling
want from
he
one of
might,
these
though.
movies and more. As you
Because
can
I've seen a
probably
lot of
tell
his
from
movies.
all of
We're
my little
already
list
at the
videos
top
I've
three.
made within the past week or so, I like all kinds of horror, man. And this movie, I think, hits on all kinds of different stuff all at the same time. What's great about this movie is I think that most people walking away from this film will at least love one segment. Really, my only criticism of VHS Halloween is I think
That
some
would
of
be
the segments get a
underwhelming.
little too repetitive of each other. You
no,
quite literally
that one. So
No,
remember
I'm
when
saying if I watch the whole thing and I only like one segment, that would be disappointing. I mean, that would be like watching a regular movie and liking the first act, and then you're like, yeah, nah, whatever.
and that's where and that's what I'm saying. Like, Killjoy Jake is big on the anthologies and stuff. So I think I'm not sure how he ranked it. Once again, that's why I love to get him on and talk about it. But I do understand. Like for me, I'm looking at it like you would look at it. I'm looking at them as individual movies. Well, if I have like say there's like 6 short movies, right, and 3 of them are like 5s, and then the last 3 are an 8, a 7, whatever, and
Sure.
then it averages out in total to about 7, 6, 6.5, somewhere in there. You know what I mean? Uh, I'm taking everything as a whole, where I don't know, maybe he's doing our theory where it's like it's not where we started, but damn, that ending was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because especially in VHS Halloween, I think the strongest segments are the ones at the end. So once again, it goes to our theory. It starts off
You've
a little weak.
disappointed the little dictator.
Yeah. No, I will explain why not.
After the film we're
After
watching.
after the thing, because
literally
I
have
gotta
2 segments that start off with like older kids still trick-or-treating and questioning if they're too old to be doing this still. I think what makes them stand out from each other, however, is that varying tone. No segment is like the other here. I just
That is
love this
true.
franchise so much, Sam I am. I'll watch
Oh
them
yeah,
in a boat.
so check it out. You can check out
I'll watch him
all.
with a piece of ham.
You can check out all 42 of the segments ranked on his list. He did a tier list. I knew he did something like that. Definitely go check it out because it's very interesting, and he breaks down every segment. And for the most part, I actually agreed with a lot of the tier list. There were a couple of segments I like more than he does, but then again, that's once again subjective. Horror is always.
I'll watch them with a goat. I'll watch them in the rain and in the dark or on a train. I'll watch them with Queen Latifah and we'll both exclaim, Hail Ratma. And I will watch them here and there say, I will watch them anywhere. For the love of God, announce VHS 9 already, you
Oh, you didn't have this one on your
In
list.
third place
No.
is 28 Years Later. Possibly the dark horse of this list, Years is a bit of a polarizing film with a very weird vibe about it. While it
So, okay, I'm going to go to that specific point, and anybody
Now
who's
I'm
seen
thinking about Katy Perry because he said Dark Horse.
now anybody who's seen the movie, all I have to say, the last 5 minutes
God. Your child
ruined
can
it.
still go trick-or-treating.
ruined it, depending on whether or not they follow it up with this second movie better. It's like the Power Rangers, and anybody who's seen it, they get the reference. It turns into the British Power Rangers at the end.
Oh,
It's on Netflix, PB. Watch it like today, and then tell me what you think of the end, because that's the only reason why. And it was on my initial list. It was a movie I crossed off simply because I don't like the last 5 minutes of the movie. I guess if you're British,
yeah,
you get
don't be wrong.
it's very meta, and I don't get British humor, and I don't get the relevance to what they're talking about. So maybe it's a cultural thing, but it's very fucking weird. And from what I've heard from people who are from the UK or something, they get what they're trying to say in the movie, but I'm not from the UK. So when the last 5 minutes of this movie happened, it kind of leaves you like, what the fuck was that? And that's the thing that bugged me about this movie was the ending, or it'd be on the list. So, yeah.
Quiet.
might not feel like a tonal sequel to 28 Days Later, I think it's an excellent new story that still finds ways to scare. The biggest criticism I have seen of this movie is that it's not...
I love you a lot.
I don't believe you.
Did she just get there?
She is, yes, Bitchy has entered the building.
Bitch.
So, I love you a lot, dear, but we're critiquing my good buddy and his top 10 list, Killjoy Jake.
That's fine. Unlike Zod.
Scary like the original 28 Days Later. I beg to differ. The first 30 minutes of this movie is probably the scariest thing I've seen in horror all year. It's not the exact same movie as 28 Days Later, but...
And, okay, so I agree with Killjoy Jake, and there's been a lot of bad takes. I think this movie, literally the first 5 minutes, just watch it. You can't tell me it's not scary because, once again, as they've done in 2025, fuck them kids. And if you see the movie, you know what I mean. The issue and what I think is the problem with a lot of people where it's split is that last fucking 5 minutes. Something happens that's so out of place because the story is about this kid who it's a coming of age thing. He has to go hunting. His mom has cancer, who's played by the chick from Ready or Not. I always forget her name. Or no, Killing Eve. She's from Killing Eve. Whatever. She has cancer.
The
and
Asian lady?
No, the other one.
I'm thinking of a different show.
No, I don't like asparagus. Anyways, so the issue I have with 28 Years Later is it was like you said earlier and what we've been saying. If you end your movie on a very fucking weird cliffhanger, like, and I'm going to say this, folks, me personally, I thought 90% of this movie or 99.9% of this movie, I was like, fuck yeah, we get to the end and I'm like, okay, here we go. And then they do something so fucking weird. And all I can say, and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. It's like Power Rangers. It's like and I don't mean like new Power Rangers. I mean 90s cheesy Power Rangers, which I love.
That's the best one.
Yeah, best one. But that doesn't fit in a 28 Days Later and the way that they do it. It's weird.
Was that one? Did they put the 28 Days on Netflix?
Yes, you can see it on Netflix. It should still be on there.
Yep.
Do we really want the same movie again? I've just never understood this about any franchise. If we're going to get a sequel, it's got to be a different movie than what came before. 28 Years Later absolutely checks off that box for me personally. I also think that if this movie was more of 28 Days Later, it would be more of that military plot that we got in the third act. What else would this fucking be? It would be about the military trying to find a cure or something, and you've seen that movie a million times already. Trust me. Had it been that, and maybe if it was executed really well, it probably would have been a good film. But concept-wise, at its like elemental stage, 28 Years Later is something different entirely. A movie I feel like I've never seen before, and that's why I fucking love it. Where I feel like a lot of fans fall off from this movie is the back half that gets really artsy and emotional. Personally,
no, see, I disagree. I'll see here. Sorry, Jake. I gotta put my 2 cents in here. I love artsy movies, and I respect it. And Danny Boyle and Alex Garland are 2 of my favorite directors. Not everybody likes Alex Garland stuff. I liked Men. A lot of people did not like it. Shut up. Every time I say that, people laugh. The movie Men, not...
No, I laugh because it's a lie. Because it's... You like Men. Not liked. You like Men.
Anyways, you son of a bitch. But I love their artistic style, but there's a difference between art house and then putting a ridiculous fucking scene at the end of your movie. And we said this, PB. Let me ask you something. If the last 5 minutes of a movie is so ridiculous and out of place, do you think that affects?
Yeah, it's the wrestling analogy all over again.
Yeah, because it's just like we were going so good. You had me. Like,
and I mean, that's even pushing it to the extreme where it's good match, good match, good match, good match. The final match is a good match, but the ending is botched.
and that's what it felt like for me, because even the visuals, if you guys don't know, and he did show clips of it, the aesthetics of the Bone Temple and what it means in the film is so fucking awesome. And Rupert Fiennes has this Bone Temple.
What is she talking about 28 years later?
Can
we just mention about the nude people?
Oh yeah, they're just watch it. They have the rage virus. They're worried about clothes. You see penises all over the place and boobs.
Oh, so I was gonna say, so it's like Game of Thrones. We know.
Oh yeah. The alpha in the movie, they call him the alpha for a reason. It's like when they, besides the fact that he's the biggest motherfucking infected in the thing, and also they hint he's got intelligence, his fucking penis, dude. I don't know if they cast it.
I don't need you to tell me about it. That's fine.
No. You're gonna suffer.
I'm not the one who likes men.
You son of a bitch. Okay. I don't know if it was a requirement. If they were in casting and they go, okay, height's good, weight's good. All right, drop your pants.
They can throw a fake dick on you.
It's just like, you know, you could tell CGI. I mean,
no, I'm not saying CGI. I'm saying like a fake prosthetic. They could throw that on there. There's no problem for them.
I mean, I'd like to think because of his build that just canonically.
I'm sure you would like to think about it.
You know what? I'm just gonna stop right here. Because the more I talk about this, the
don't
digger
be a homophobe, Zod. Tell us your true feelings.
I loved this. I think it made me cry a little bit in the theaters the first time I watched it. And also, it's still scary. I see a major criticism of 28 years later saying, oh, it's just not scary in the back half. How about that scene with the Cillian Murphy-looking zombie standing behind like Jodie Comer or whatever? Dude, that's chilling. What are you talking about? In broad fucking daylight, in like this field of all these flowers and shit, we just have this like emaciated looking zombie looking at you with the hungriest.
Yeah, that looked like Christian Bale every time he drops weight, man.
What movie did he play the super skinny guy?
The Machinist.
Oh yeah.
Eyes I have ever seen in my life. That's one of the most scary scenes across all three of these movies, bar none. The cast across the board is phenomenal. Ralph Fiennes especially, though, I think is a major standout. I think if you're not into the new stuff that 28 years later is trying to do, you're really not going to like how this character is ushering the way forward into this new path and storyline that we're trying to do. But for me personally, I was just all about it. This is my kind of weird. Bring on more iodine-soaked skin and alpha wieners in part 2.
There you go.
Sinners.
Taking home the silver.
Didn't you have Sinners at number 2 of your regular list?
Yes, I did. So it still counts. And this is what I want to say where
that's quite you paused this at a very aggressive moment.
He's definitely going to tell us why
he's going to say some positive things about this movie.
He's like, if you don't go and watch Sinners, if you haven't seen Sinners,
this will come for you.
don't let Jake know. Clip that and send it. I was like, this is Killjoy Jake's response to anybody who hasn't seen Sinners. Actually, I think I would have the same face because I understand.
I need to go watch it.
One, I understand why it's so high on his list, and two, Sinners might be one of those movies they talk about like generationally. This is a movie of our generation. Like the hype is real for a reason. Fucking check out Sinners if you haven't seen it.
It physically pains me not to put this movie in first place. I just hope you all know that. This came down to personal preference. Let it be known that Sinners is nothing short of a 5-star masterpiece. The themes make this movie a think piece, but the stylish vampire action makes it a fun summer blockbuster at the same time.
See, that's why I put it on my blockbuster list. So now I feel better. And it was number 2 on my blockbuster list. So, Yeah, I definitely agree. Like Sinners, it could be an action blockbuster or a horror movie. So I think this is one of those that transition well. I don't agree with his Predator one because that's like a stretch for me. I could understand maybe some people find that scary, but this 100%. Like you said, there's a lot of crossover because you got vampires and the visuals and stuff.
I miss Blockbuster.
I miss it too.
I feel like everyone can get something out of Sinners if you just want to turn your brain off and have fun with a bunch of vampires going nuts. Hell yeah. But if you also want to look beneath the surface, there's a lot that this movie is trying to say. Using vampirism as a metaphor for losing one's culture and assimilating to what everyone else is doing is done brilliantly here. It's not just specific to the illustrious time period that this one is set in either. Sinners shows that this has always been going on even today. The movie also begs the question of what truly is freedom, not just of the body, but also of the mind. I think this movie could have.
I 100% agree, and I was on the metaphorical angle. This is what we talk about, people, with messaging.
So
Sinners to me.
this movie is about freedom, but the previous movie was about free dongs.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, so for me, Sinners is one of those movies where they talk about like if you were to hold a gun to my head and say what movie do you think has the best social messaging and is socially relevant or whatever, and I had to answer one of those weirdos, I would say watch Sinners, and they would thank me after they watch it. This is a movie that's brilliantly done. This is a movie that I talk about where I say Hollywood used to do brilliant messages where you had a very clear, strong message, but it wasn't beating you over the fucking head with it, and people stopping, looking at the camera going, well, you're bad because you're white. No, this is an exploration of, and this isn't just black people losing their culture, but the main villain, spoilers. If you're one of the two people who haven't seen it, PB. Just real quick one, and it doesn't give anything in the movie away, but the head vampire is Irish. So and if you guys don't know, I am Irish and Puerto Rican. So this spoke to me personally because it wasn't just an assimilation of the black culture, but most people forget Irish people were treated like fucking shit and pelted with rocks.
Shut up and eat your potatoes.
And I'm still prosecuted in my own house to this day.
Wait.
So, you know what? I felt the appropriation angle in this movie because the vampire wanted to escape, and his philosophy was if we all think like each other, then there'd be no hate or war and anything, which is good in concept. But then if we all think like each other,
then we're just the Borg.
Then we're the Borg. Yeah.
Can you sit up for a second?
We are.
You're sitting on a mirror.
Let her shoulder blades on.
Oh, you fat ass.
so Sinners is one of those movies that talks about these things but isn't obnoxious. And PB, here on the channel we've been outspoken against these movies that beat you over the head, but do you feel there is a way we could talk about these things that doesn't come off obnoxious? Like,
yeah, we do it every time.
Yeah, it's called talking. We used to do it all the time, but like this movie is the first to explore all of those angles. So I agree with what he said.
Been so simple, but I'm very glad that it's not. There's so many layers to this one to peel back. It is a big old nasty horror onion. With a wide scope and some big thrills, Sinners is one of the best horror movies, not just of this year, but probably of the entire decade.
Ah!
You're mad.
Ah!
And taking home.
Yeah, he can't be a Jeff.
Ah! Both are number one. Go check out Killjoy Jake. I knew there was a reason why I love this channel. Yes. And I had a feeling because he said when he reviewed the movie, he goes, this is probably going to be my number one unless something comes along and knocks it down. And I guess nothing did. So
He doesn't have Bambi on his list.
The gold this year is Zach Krager's Weapons. I think that there is absolutely an argument to say that Sinners is a better movie, but just when it comes down to personal preference, I think Weapons is the movie that I enjoy just a little more. Zach Krager just hits on everything I'm looking for in a good horror flick. There are twists and turns. We're telling this story in broken little increments, which I just love. That just works in my brain so well. I think that's why so many anthology movies are up on this list. I love anthologies. It's great. And when they
see, I didn't even think about that too. I liked the fact that it was told like an anthology out of order, so that makes sense for why I would like it too. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, I like the fact that it's almost like an anthology of different stories, and then the ending brings it all together. So yeah, that actually was a point I didn't even think about.
All kind of connect. Perfect. Like 10 out of 10, my favorite kinds of movies. There's a very bizarre criticism of this movie saying that Aunt Gladys, our main antagonist of the flick, kind of falls into the old hag stereotype, which is super demeaning towards women. I just don't agree with that at all. This was a criticism of both Barbarian and Weapons, and I just have like two big thoughts about that. First of all, Barbarian is more so about toxic masculinity more than anything. So like, what? On top of that, I just...
see it now.
Oh, yeah. And I'll give Zach credit. It's a very fair look at it. Because you've seen Weapons, so you know his style.
Yeah.
It's not coming out and telling you, but you'll be able to pick it up. And it's done in a very clever way. Especially when you get to the last story, which is stars, what's his name? You'll know when you see his face.
Barbarian's an anthology too?
Not an anthology, just the way it's told is like this movie.
Oh, okay.
Broken up. So, it's not from, instead of doing it from different perspectives like he did in this movie, it's just two. So, something's going to happen and then it switches to a new perspective. So, you only get two perspectives in the movie as opposed to like four. This was very ambitious follow-up. And honestly, I think he did this one better. That I like this over Barbarians. You might like Barbarians more.
Maybe.
So.
I just don't think that was the intention at all. And there's no other evidence in this movie to suggest such a thing. The root of that criticism would infer that the character of Aunt Gladys is here with purpose to demean women. I feel like if we keep throwing this criticism out anytime an old woman is just a horror villain, well, we're going to get to the point where there's just no old lady horror villains. And I think that's kind of awful. I think anyone, no matter who they...
Yeah, and that's ageist. Old people suck too. As a matter of fact, I would go and say, you know what terrifies me? Not fucking Sydney Sweeney. I'm too fucking distracted. But fucking Gladys? That bitch terrifies the fuck out of me. Did you see how uneven that lipstick was? And the crazy fucking orange hair? Dude, which one scares you? Are you going to be scared of Sydney Sweeney? Or...
I mean, scared in a different fashion.
So I was watching From Dusk Till Dawn, and the thing with, like, you had Selma Hayek, greatest role she ever did, but what they had to do with her, because of the way she looks, is they had to turn her into a fucking vampire, and the scene's done very good, and how she acts it out is very good, but I think that there's something inherently, unless you do the crazy girl trope, like, because we've all seen those hot, crazy girls. Love you, honey. Anyways. Nothing. So you could do the hot, crazy girl trope.
Oh, no. Okay. Fuck.
Oh, shit.
I've got a couple minutes, folks. Anyways.
Yep. We're going to have to wrap her up.
So yeah, I think that did you heard what he was talking about, the criticism? So they're trying to say portraying old women as villains is sexist and whatever, and it's like, so you don't want the actress who's been a very long time established actress to be in a role because we're calling her an old witch, which she is in the movie, and that's ageist or whatever the fuck people are pulling out.
She puts spells on people. She is quite literally a witch.
Yeah, it's like it's people, these are what words mean. I hate that this generation is taking words and use them for something else. Like, did you know the kids are saying the word for cool now is aura?
Yeah, I know people are overusing the word aura recently.
Yeah, it's just like
They also are overusing the word vibe.
it's a vibe.
I said it one time the entire stream.
It's like with why I hate surfer people. If you guys don't know, I am very prejudiced against the surfer community. Sorry if you surf. I hate bruh or bro.
Bruh.
Like,
yeah,
you just
I'm more of
retarded.
I'm more of a trust a bro kind of guy.
Like
You know the
that drove
tracksuits.
me
You know the
crazy in the
tracksuits.
day.
You remember the tracksuits from Christmas?
Oh my god, dude! I'm glad that track suits round them up and fucking burn them.
I love they're such good bad guys in Hawkeye though.
No. In Hawkeye, they're great because they're what they're supposed to be. Fucking stupid. Okay, stop. No, the tracksuit has never looked good. Stop wearing it. Okay, it's not intimidating. In Hawkeye, it works because they're supposed to be a fucking joke. Because they're going after Hawkeye. But the same difference. I hate the fucking... There's like certain things that came in the 90s and the 2000s that I was like, when is this trend going to end? And now we've wrapped around to people just not knowing what words mean. And assigning a different meaning to a word that is in the dictionary and established since the fucking like 1800s. Okay, words mean things. Okay, like yes, you can use a different definition, and a word can have two different meanings. And if you use it in that way, like fag is a bundle of sticks.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like 6, 7, which I don't get, but whatever.
Or if you're in London, a fag's a cigarette.
Yep.
So, I mean, that I understand. But what I don't understand is taking a word that has a meaning and assigning another word's meaning to said word. Because then you're not using that fucking word. You're using a different word, which doesn't mean the same thing.
Which, I don't know. So that either 1 sounds retarded or 2 sounds special. Your choice.
They should be a horror villain or be represented by horror villains in movies like this. I also love that Amy Madigan's character here has kind of become a gay icon. We've seen many LGBTQ plus content creators here on YouTube, over on TikTok, everywhere.
Yeah, there you go. So one for not to sound insensitive here, although I'll probably be taken out of context as always.
Let's hope so.
Go gay people. You got your gay representation.
We know that you like men.
Hey, it was a great movie.
Dress up as this character over the summer or throughout the fall. This has been a positive thing for so many different groups of people, I feel, across the board. I respect the criticism.
And here's the thing. PB, you saw this movie. They didn't push this. People adopted it. See, that's what they didn't say. Oh, look at the gay lady. She's not even gay. She's a witch. So it's cool. This is what I mean, where you could naturally have these different things for different communities, where you don't have to make a show where it's like, hey guys, this show is queer. Every character is queer. Don't you want to watch our show? It's about gay people. It's for you guys. It's for you.
Yay.
And then you fucking insult people. So you can do things that communities will hover towards because it's just a fucking good property. They like the character. They like the story. This is how you bring people together. Not putting on an episode of Stranger Things and in the middle of the last fucking mission going, guys, sit down. I got to tell you something. It's going to rock your world. Yeah, we're about to go into a dangerous situation and Vecna is about to fucking merge two worlds. No. Before we go, I have to tell you this, guys. I don't like girls. Good? Like, dude, we could all be dead. You liking sausage doesn't fucking change that. Good for you, Will. You got kidnapped. You already had Vecna's thingy in your mouth. Whatever.
Whoa.
I don't care. No, he literally had Vecna's tentacle in his mouth. It sounds way worse than it actually looks on screen. Stranger Things, folks. That's what's gay representation. And here's the funny part: they already had an openly gay character. So this is what I'm talking about with ridiculously pushing a message. It's like you had a lesbian, Robin, who was revealed to be a lesbian in fucking season 2. You don't need to stop the whole fucking series so that Will can sit down.
Season 2 before all the normies showed up.
We don't need to stop a very pivotal moment because there's 5 minutes left and we got to pad this fucker out so we can have a 2-hour fucking season final that's going to come out at 7, which you got to fucking wait till 7 to hope they land the fucking ship and go, hey, guess what, guys? Guess what? Just so you know, I don't like girls. Fucking good for you, Will. You know what? Your friends probably fucking picked that up in fucking season 1 when they all got girlfriends and for some strange reason you were happy playing fucking Dungeons and Dragons. You know what? They probably got the fucking hint, Will. We don't need to tell people in a Life of Frickin' Death mission where we may not come back, where the people who have girlfriends in the group might very well die, and I gotta hear that my best friend likes sausage. I don't care. I'd be like, bro, great, good. We'll get you a nice gay guy when we come back from this, but can we focus on the fucking mission? Like, Weapons didn't do that. They're like, here's Gladys. She's a creepy old lady. We're all scared of creepy old people. And bam. The gay people were like, hey, I can dress up like her. Like, there we go. Natural representation. Organic. It doesn't come from Hollywood trying to fucking push their weird fucking bullshit on us. Weapons just naturally gave a character that multiple communities happen to like. So I actually agree with what Killjoy Jake is saying, which, by the way, Killjoy, if you ever watch this, great list. We both had the number 1. But I agree with what he's saying because it's like we don't have to force this shit into movies for people to get the point. You can just fucking make characters that, you know, people connect with. And, oh, that I happen to be gay and this person happens to speak to me. And not be like, guys, I don't like girls. That's as great of a line as you remember this one, PB. I'm gonna be a father. No, you're not.
No,
you did
I'm
not
gonna be a dad.
I'm gonna be a dad. No, bitch, you're not giving birth. You didn't insert the sperm. Where the fuck are you getting this idea? That's not how nature works.
Not that, like, that was... like, everything that you say is true. Not to mention the fact that she's a girl.
I'm gonna be a dad.
I showed Bitchy. Did you? She has never seen, but it was so bad. And Bitchy doesn't
It was
even
the
watch.
best moment of my life.
She does not watch The Last of Us at all. But I go, honey, this is so fucking stupid. You have to like see it to believe it. So I played it, and I just played that one scene, and she just fucking cracked off. She was like, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the level of stupid we're dealing with. Neil Cuckman and Craig Mason sat down and they wrote that line and they said, "Oh, this is gonna hit them right."
What a banger!
This one, let's pat each other's dicks. There we go. I'm the Cuckman. I write the best stuff. I'm a fucking artist. Like, oh my god. So yeah,
That's so bad.
So bad. I knew Jake was gonna bring up something that would set me off because I've been holding on to this for all of 2025. These are some of the worst lines I think I've heard in the history of television. And we've heard we've watched bad television, PB, both of us. We've even enjoyed bad television. Batwoman, remember the classic? It'll be better when it fits a girl.
What about She-Hulk?
Oh yeah, there were some lines in that one where she's just like, "Do you know what I have to go through every day, bitch? Bruce Banner lost everything, literally. He
Right,
lost.
you're a fucking lawyer.
Like you're a lawyer, a highly paid lawyer, but people catcall me.
Oh no.
Bruce Banner lost Black Widow. I'm still sad. But, yeah, Bruce Banner dated Black Widow. That's Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. Her and the Hulk
Sun's
were
getting real low.
Yeah, they were banging.
But that's Marvel Ninjas.
They're
Whatever, I don't give a shit.
There we
she
go.
does.
Well, we knew we'd get to that point.
I do, but I feel like y'all are just reading too deep into things. I don't think this is offensive in any sort of way. I'm just so glad that Mrs. Kwan from Cat in the Hat finally got her own horror movie. Okay, but on a serious note, why does this movie feel so much like Cat in the Hat? I can't explain it, but this feels like a horror sequel to Cat in the Hat. Maybe some of you have felt that as well. Let me know. My takeaway from this movie is just so many weird and specific things. I feel like there's these themes of gun violence, the fallout of loss from that kind of specific event. But then you're also following all of these different characters who are viewed as parasites in society. Justine is kind of seen as this town pariah, unfairly being blamed for almost all of the kids in her class going missing. Then you have Archer, who's like dealing with grief. It's kind of affecting both his home and
highlight that Josh Brolin has the coolest fucking name in the in this movie. Like,
I do love that show.
Not only is it a great show, but when you hear that, like, yeah, that's an Archer. You know how some people have a cool name and you're like, nah, you don't fit your name.
Oh, like
Ruth. Yeah.
Work life significantly. He has to figure out what happened. Paul is one of the worst of the entire bunch, this shitty cop who may have just given an STD to Justine without checking. I think it's worse that we never find out if he did or didn't, though. James is a junkie, not contributing to society. Literally.
Actually, you know what? I never thought about it. Now I gotta go back through. He might have given her a fucking disease.
100% did.
Dude, that cop was a piece of shit. Like, oh my god, I can't believe it. I never even thought about that.
Really stealing. That's like one of the first things we see him do in this movie outside of drugs. And then poor little Alex is being used as a puppet by Gladys to fulfill her sinister intentions. And then on top of all of that, this movie still finds a way to...
Dude, did you know too, I watched a making of the thing he's doing with his eyes. He actually does that with his eyes. It's not like, he actually did that, and they were talking. They had to put eye drops in his lids because they were getting dried out from him bugging his eyes out so much. Very fucking interesting.
To be a little goofy and have these moments of reprieve. I think there's this dark humor element to the middle of this movie with Alden Ehrenreich's character constantly getting poked by these needles and wondering what disease he just contracted. But then the Raising Arizona inspired ending of this movie is inherently silly. An old woman getting chased around by all these kids.
Yeah, I gotta say, I don't know about you if you like that. That is because it's what I found funny. And this is what we're missing in comedies. It's very slapstick. Remember the part where she's running and she hops into somebody else's yard, and then you see the fucking kids just running and the dude's mowing his lawn. He mows, he looks up like, what the fuck? And then he's like looking at his desk, like, well, this shit ain't gonna get itself done. Keep talking. There's all these fucking kids chasing this old woman.
No, I like that scene.
Yeah, like the humor in the movie is
trying to kill her. That's darkly hilarious. The ending of this movie, I think, captures the weird tone that Weapons is able to elicit. It is both funny, gruesome, brutal, and then also chilling with the final words of this one, talking about how some of the kids just started talking this year. Oh my God. The lasting effects of this witchcraft tell you that there's still much more story after the credits roll. For me, Sinners and Weapons are like these generational masterpieces. These are movies we're going to be talking about years and years and years, decades down the line, just like something like The Shining, The Thing. These are instant classics. I can already tell sitting here in 2025 that we're absolutely going to be talking about these years down the line. 2025 was an excellent year for horror films. What did your list look like? Let me know down in the comments below.
Like Thank you guys, Jake.
Pretty much, Jake. I can't believe me and Campia hit my list yesterday, and me and Killjoy hit my list today. So I've got to be one of the most informed.
You must be the most well-rounded YouTube reviewer of YouTube reviewers.
Yeah, 2025. If you're not looking at my list, then and it's not like mine, I'm just gonna say you're wrong because verified twice.
Quality shit.
Quality shit. So, anyways, to wrap
Good job,
this up,
Jake.
I want to say thank you to PB for coming on, and
And to Sherry and Aaron and Little Dictator.
yes, and of course the bitchy unicorn for adding humor in the background while
She wasn't in the chat.
No, she was interacting.
She was interacting in a real way. She puts an
Yes.
elbow on screen, guy. You better hope.
Remember the good old days where you just see a hand rip me off?
I do appreciate the good old days. You just see a fist flying from the side.
You're like, yep, I said something stupid. These are the classic moments you get on my channel. But yeah, no, I think Killjoy Jake was right. And people go check out Killjoy Jake. He's fantastic reviewer. As you can see, we both have great movie taste. And even the stuff that was on his list that wasn't on mine, I actually had in consideration. So great list and a really good friend of the channel. I'm really glad that he is doing these great lists for you guys. And go check out Perp Minded as well.
She's gonna watch a podcast.
Yeah, apparently you can watch or listen to them. These kids today.
Oh, dog! There was a noise outside.
We don't understand the tech.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Back in our day, it was listening to a podcast. Now the kids watch them, even if they're just like a fucking clock and the like background art, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm watching it." All right.
Excuse me.
What?
You ready to wrap this up, guy?
I can't turn my thing off. We're wrapping it up right now. And no, I'm not. I'm not just gonna rush.
Okay. There you go.
Oh shit!
Onions, bitch.
Got him.
I love her onion breath, by the way. Anyways,
Gosh.
it's hot. Anyway, hey, here in the Phantom Zone, we'll try anything once.
That is untrue. Untrue. Propaganda.
That's
Goodbye.
all right. I love you, sugar tits. Anyways,
That's good.
thank you everybody for tuning in today. And if I don't see you, Happy New Year. Yes, fuck you too, dear.
Yes, Happy New Year to people who are in Europe 7 hours ahead of us.
Oh yeah, by the way, Happy New Year to all of my folks that are in the
Watch a horror
Europe area.
movie.
Watch this list, and then from this list, go watch a movie. So watch this whole list, listen to my top 10.
Leave a comment.
And leave a comment. Let me know. And if I said a movie you didn't see, but you were like, I'm thinking about it, go check it out because you still got time before the year ends, at least if you're where I'm at.
And then after you watch the movie, buy a movie palette.
Yeah, and save 15% off by using code Zone15. And thank you, Movie Palette, for not only giving me money for this year, but also for going into 2026. They will be my primary sponsor because, hey, if it ain't broke,
I love how he says primary when he spells it ONLY.
We all know spelling isn't my thing.
Yep,
Earth
the
is my second
translation
language.
in Kryptonian is similar.
yeah. For Earth being my second language, I'm doing pretty good. So
Yes, Earth language.
Yes, it's my second language. You know, I also speak a little bit of other languages.
Sure.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. We loved having you. This is the last video of this year, which is crazy, and I'll be back in 2026. Don't forget to my book comes out next year, and next week or the week after, I'm going to do a special stream, which is going to be an excerpt from the introduction of my book and maybe a bit of the first chapter. So right here in the Phantom Zone, I'm going to give you guys a preview of my book, because even though I'm done with it, I've got to have it edited. They send it back. I do the edits. I send it back. They do more edits. And then finally, I send it to them. And then finally, it'll be coming out to the Apple stores and all that stuff. So I'm really excited. It is called Harbinger, Book 1, Contagion. And it is a story about basically different gods and an alien invasion. And they're going to be a connected universe. So every book is going to connect to each other. Certain characters from books will cross over into other books, leading into one final big battle that's going to be between Lovecraftian monsters like Cthulhu and Yogafek and the King in Yellow and those kinds of creatures versus aliens. How did I come up with this idea? Lots of
Spoiler.
So yeah, but the second book I can give you the title of is called The Yellow King. So I am currently just writing the notes on it. You know,
I don't know how to fucking write.
So basically, I have to go back through my first book and I write it on a notepad. I pick out things because when you're writing, and especially when you're connecting novels, you don't want to forget what you put in your first story, because, you know, good artists like to have consistency, unlike a lot of franchises we watch. And I don't want to
better writers like to finish the story, George.
Yes, George, I'll be done. Do you realize I will probably finish my whole entire fucking series before George completes, what, 2 books? 2 books, George. 2. And apparently, George has been saying now since 2022 that the second of the last book is done. So what's the holdup? Because I'm going through the same process, and I sent it to my editor. They're gonna send it back, and then I send it to them, and then it's published. So what'd you do? Drink martinis in between the process, George? What's happening, George? George, I've had your books reserved so long, Amazon asked me if I'm still sure I want to buy them. They literally said,
I'm sure.
They sent me an email going, come on, man. Are you? I'm probably.
Could you buy a real product or service, please?
They're like, as a Prime member, we have to give you a realistic slap in the face, sir. These aren't coming, okay? Pick something else. Pick a book that's out now. And then they give me a bunch of suggestions. You can finish this one. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. And as always, remember, there is only one rule here in the Fandom Zone.
The bitchy unicorn is actually the one in charge.